What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mascot Madness number 3. This is the March edition of the tournament. This happens every 6 months, over 6 months on Twitch and on YouTube. We're off to a good start because my throat already is ticking. Yeah, welcome on in. Hopefully you have a good Saturday. We're a Saturday stream here. Yesterday I was supposed to stream this. I did not because it was not a great day. So I went and just had some, this was that old retail therapy, and then immediately was like, yo, I don't deserve any of this. Kind of regretted it. But then I slept, woke up this morning and thought, yeah, I do deserve a copy of The Sims 2 on PlayStation 2. I do. Anyway, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome on in. This is part number 6. This is the second half of the round of 32. I hope you're excited. We had some great games in the last one. We have some good teams in this one, starting with Georgia and Minnesota, the Golden Gophers and the Bulldogs, both dominant in their performances in the last round over Tulsa. I think Minnesota beat Tulsa and Georgia crushed LSU. So we'll see what the second round has in store for them. I ripped my to the floor. That's okay. I don't need it until later. So we'll jump on in here. Settings. Gotta fix it. It's the first game of the day. I keep forgetting to save the settings. I keep forgetting to do it. The important part is that I don't have the commentators on, so it's just me, which is what you get. We are going to Athens, Georgia. Or, yeah, this one's Athens. Georgia Tech is Atlanta. Georgia is Athens. And I have just... Oh, I sat on the cord. That was the problem. Okay. Okay, we're solving mysteries here today, folks. Feel a little peppier today. A little pep in my step. Hopefully my back doesn't give me problems. Boy, Thursday was just a mess. But welcome on into Athens, Georgia, the first game of 8 today. So sit back, relax, hang out, and enjoy March Mascot Madness instead of regular old Mascot Madness. Douglas couldn't get the first shot, but a nice tip in there by his buddy on Minnesota puts the Golden Gophers up 2. I think this is a good matchup. I think... where is it? Oh, our next matchup is absolute gold. Might be the best looking matchup I have ever seen. It is beautiful. Dayton and Syracuse. One to keep an eye on. If you're just joining, stick around for that. That'll be a good one. Reigns for 3. Splashes at home 5-2. I think it would be great to see Minnesota win in this one and move on to whoever comes out of that next matchup. So I think that'll be good either way. Georgia's not a bad mascot. I don't dislike him. I like kind of the goofy gopher situation they got going on there. But hopefully we get some better rounds. This is a continuation basically of parts 3 and 4 of the round of 64. And in both of those parts we saw more blowout games. In the first 2 parts, we saw a lot of games that looked like they were pretty good through about the first 3 quarters or so, about the 5-minute mark or so of the second half. Things started to unravel for one team or another. In parts 3 and 4, just blowout. I think the entire first half of part 3 is just blowout games, and there was like maybe 1 or 2 close ones, but wasn't the finest episode of March or September Mascot Madness. But hey, that's the first round. You go into it expecting it. With the good thing with this is these games are so short, they're like 30 minutes, that it's like, okay, we're going to be here for a little bit, but it's not the biggest deal in the world because, there will be something coming on shortly that hopefully will be more interesting. When you do get 4 of them in a row, it becomes a little worrying. We have a good one here through the first 2 minutes, 8-7. I have water ready. I have the soda ready. Woodson into Samuel. Samuel's going to get fouled. Can't quite make the circus shot. And it does look like he's going to come up limping. We have an injury here in the first game of the first tournament. What? I don't know. First half of the first game. Later on tonight, we're going to be checking out Empire of Sin, which is a new recent addition to Xbox Game Pass. We'll probably check that out for about an hour and a half or so. It just kind of depends on how long this takes. This should last for about, like I said, 4 hours or so. we'll check that out for hour, maybe two. We'll just kind of see what it is. And then I don't know when that video is going to go up, because I just have no idea. It's going to depend on if my PlayStation 4, which I need to remember to hook up Monday night. No, Sunday night? Sunday night, Monday night? Sunday night. Yeah. I need to hook up my PS4 and make sure that the new Fall Guys patch gets downloaded. That will dictate when the Empire of Sin video goes up. So if you're looking for that, if you are watching this video and you go, oh, I'd like to watch Empire of Sin, that sounds cool, just subscribe to the channel. And it'll be up at some point in the future. I just don't know when. So 10-8 here. 2.5 minutes gone in the first half. Minnesota's going to employ a little bit of a full court defense. It works well enough. Is that another last name Harper in the game? Minnesota, 10-10. We saw Harper just destroying it. There's another steal. I believe that's Douglas. Douglas to Harper. Oh, it's Rain. My apologies. Douglas had the last one. Rain had that one. And quickly, it was 10-8. Now it's 12-10. A couple of nice turnovers there by Minnesota to get this game in their favor. 3 for Georgia is no good as we get an injury update. Leg injury. He'll be out for the game. Harper brings it up, calling a play. And that play was for Reigns to hit a deep 2. Play was successful. It is a 14-10 game. Duncan driving into the lane. Through the contact. Nice shot there. In the last part, part 5, we had 2 of the best games we've seen this whole tournament. A couple of buzzer beaters. One team had a 10-point lead that evaporated. Fantastic basketball in some of the games. We also had some real head scratchers. Gonzaga couldn't get the heck out of their own way. Continually fouled over and over and over again as Minnesota turns the ball over yet again. Reigns gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Second team foul. First on Wilson. But, yeah. Gonzaga couldn't get out of their own way. That was an absolute mess of a game. They had like 16 fouls within the first 3 minutes of the first half. It was like, oh, no. This is bad. And then, like I was saying, Harper doing a little bit of everything for Alabama in the finale of the last part, as Alabama took that game over against Clemson and never really looked back. So the elephant moves on. Gonzaga falls. It was going to set up a potentially huge matchup in the Sweet 16. A lot of implications as far as the bracket standings were concerned. The bracket standings that I, of course, forgot to update you on or remind you of. Some nice play inside for Reigns. I like that little high screen kind of pick and roll situation. He was way outside to throw that ball so deep into the paint, but felt good. Duncan splitting the defense. Somehow that was both A, not a foul, and B, not a goaltend. Minnesota getting away with a little bit extra on that go-around. Bounce pass into Howe. Howe bounce pass out to Douglas. Douglas back into Howe. Howe into a double team. Into that double, that steal animation. Harper picking up the loose ball. Just couldn't get enough on it. Falls short off that left iron. Georgia with the ball, down 6 here. Minnesota taking over a little bit. Since it was 10-8, I believe, was the score. Maybe even 10-6. So 14-4 run for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Nice find for Riggs there. Splashes open the wide open 3, slices the lead in half. I like that play. The players in the post tend to draw the double teams, and to see them kick out to a 3-point specialist for just a wide open 3, you'll love to see it. Took advantage, hit the shot. Now they're down 3 with under 4 to go. First half of action. Woodson bounce passes a little errant, goes to Douglas. Douglas finds Harper. Harper settles down a little bit. Could have been a little more aggressive and gotten to the rim with another player, but chose not to. Ball gets stripped but is out of bounds. Last touch by Georgia, so it will be Minnesota ball. Or remain Minnesota ball, I should say. Harper's pass is a little bit errant, and Riggs finds himself on the receiving end of an interception. Bounce pass to Levy. Levy for three. Looking to tie the game. The tip in, no good. Couple of missed shots there. Harper way out in front. 1-on-2, kicks back to Raines. Raines, who has the three-point sticker, comes up with a little mid-range runner. Can't get it to drop. So some sloppy play here. Some fast-paced missed plays. Riggs wide open for three. He had the one earlier to cut this lead down to three. We've got about a minute here without any sort of scoring. Seen some good turnovers, some errant passes. That's an odd play, but that does break the scoring drought at a little over a minute for both teams. 22-17. Good first half so far. Riggs inside through the contact. Finds the net. 22-19. Harper bounce pass into Raines. Raines throws up the circus shot. Can't quite get it to drop. Couldn't get it over the rim. Just kind of hung out there and fell off the front side. Duncan, using a little high screen, finds himself some room for three and splashes it home. Tie game, 22-22, with a little over 2 minutes to wait. 2 minutes to go. I tried to say to go and remaining at the same time. Douglas fall away too. He gets that to drop. And Minnesota right back up by 2. Interesting play there. Duncan, I believe, stripped the ball. Or maybe that was Douglas. Riggs. A lot of Bulldogs. Sorry, a lot of Bulldogs and Gophers on that side of the floor. Somehow finds some space, gets a drop. Douglas driving in, up, tried to get it over the defender, but just couldn't float it high enough and get enough arc on it. Falls a little short. Levy kicking over to Riggs. Riggs outside of the three-point line, driving inside, throwing to the left to Duncan, who's trying to drive inside. Good defense here by Minnesota. It's going to get a foul. It's going to be a foul on the floor. 1:09 remaining here in the first half. Woodson finds Levy. Levy, quick shot. I don't know why he took that so quickly. Just kind of threw it up there. The defender didn't even really try to stop it. Just kind of was like, yeah, you can go ahead and take that. That's fine. Harper, bounce pass to Douglas. Douglas outside the arc for three. Raines pump fakes. Looking for Douglas back across the perimeter here. Back to Raines. Under 10 seconds to go here on the shot clock. He's going to find a little bit of room into a double team. That got blocked. We're under 35 seconds to go here. Duncan driving it one-on-one. Levy through the contact. Couldn't get it to fall off the left iron. Harper almost ran it out of bounds. Left side Douglas. Into the middle for Raines. Raines into a double team. Throws it all the way back to Harper. Harper looking for somebody, and he just stepped out of bounds. They have, Georgia, I'm just noticing, has a very weird sideline. I don't remember if they were the home team or the away team last time, but the red, white, black, very quick succession there, I'm sure gives away teams a lot of trouble. Raines, he can hold for the final shot. He's going to get a pretty okay look off the right iron. Just a little too strong. Probably would have been good to take an extra step into that one before launching it. But we have a 26-24 tight game here. Excellent play for Minnesota right off the bat in the second half with a steal already. And we have a 2-point matchup. 26-24, halftime score. Georgia almost threw the lead away. Riggs step inside the 3-point line, for the deep 2. Sends it to 28-24. It's a 4-point lead for Georgia. Raines for three, splashes it home even with a Bulldog in his face. 28-27. This is what I was hoping for. We're getting 4 teams in a row that were pretty dominant or decisive in their victories in the first round, and they have to meet each other here in the second round. And you hope for good games, and that's what we have here. Hopefully, you know, one of the teams just doesn't fall flat. They had their one good game, and that was it. Back up to a 3-point lead. Reigns, fall away 2. Just finds iron. Falls into the hands of Georgia. Georgia works it up the floor with Duncan. Duncan bounce pass to Riggs. Nice find. Beautiful 3. This is Georgia's biggest lead of the game, and I believe it's tied for the biggest lead of the game with Minnesota at 6. Neither team really had a firm grasp on it. Minnesota looked like they were kind of starting to take control a little bit, but Georgia fought their way back in. Not that they were ever terribly far down, but they fought their way back in. Got the lead here. Finds Levy again with the 3s. Just dynamite from outside. Reigns into Condra. Condra's going to get fouled. We have, by the way, we have the biggest lead of the game for either team. 7 points going to Georgia. Karanda, by the way. Karanda is absolutely the last name there. Duncan is a free, easy layup. Has a free, easy layup. Not is a, has a. 38-30. Georgia's starting to open it up a little bit. Minnesota got to play a little bit better defense. Get some of these 3s to drop. Reigns is the perfect player to get them back in this game. It was 8, now 5. A couple good defensive possessions. See if Minnesota can put themselves right back in this game. Obviously, plenty of time to work with. Levy is not the person you want to leave open. That one didn't go. Bonner comes up with the rebound. He gets the layup. Scores at home. That pushes it to a 7-point lead. It's okay for Minnesota to trade 2s for 2s. Hopper fires over to Reigns. Reigns, nice open look there. Not 100% sure what the Georgia defender was doing. It looked like he was going for like a steal or something. Just didn't quite go the way he wanted. It's a 3 for Georgia, no good. That's off the left iron. Harper, it's a 3-on-1. Douglas inside, nice jam, too easy. Kind of hard to believe that Minnesota would not walk away with a 0, +0, without points on the scoreboard. Go ahead, they give up that terrible defensive play. Harper, kind of a weird decision. We do see that every once in a while. Like the team just doesn't rotate quite very well because it's like a fast break dunk or something. I don't know what the problem is, but 3.5 minutes are gone here. We're back to a 3-point game. Minnesota didn't let themselves fall too far behind. Levy has been great from beyond the arc. Missed his last couple, but that one will go home. Find the bottom of the nylon, and we have Georgia up by 6. How? It was a bounce pass that looked like it hit him right in the hands, and it just got away from him. There's a nice steal by Howe. Bounce pass into Harper. Harper couldn't quite get it to go. Thankfully, Howe was right there to help him out. Slams at home. 4-point game. Never been super out of hand here, Minnesota. Minnesota's done a fantastic job. That's a 3 for Georgia. They've been getting a lot of steals in this game. They almost had another one there. Just couldn't quite come up with the loose ball. It's like they just dive a little too far to the left or the right. Harper to Reigns. Reigns for 3. Reigns has been good on the Minnesota side from beyond the arc. So some sharp shooters playing well on both sides of the ball. Riggs and that other player, Riggs and Reigns. But also you can't leave Levy open. We'll bring in a double team here. Float pass inside to Bonner. Bonner hook shot off the left iron, off the right iron. Nothing doing. Karanda comes up with it. Douglas in the lane through the contact. Couldn't get it. Riggs comes up with it for Georgia. And he'll walk away with a rebound. Bounce pass inside to Bonner. Bonner through a little bit of contact. Finally Woodson gets it. Somehow that is not goaltend. Levy, who's been firing from all cylinders beyond the arc, gets a miss on the interior. 2 quick passes inside. Howe, pretty good position. Just nothing doing with that contact, making it a little bit difficult. We saw this in the first half. Both teams hit a little bit of a rough patch. They hit that rough patch at the same time. There was a minute-long scoring drought for both sides, which was interesting. That's a nice defensive play there. Rotated perfectly into the shot. Douglas, you got to fire it to the left or find a little bit of room and jam it home. I would have dished that to the left because it was easy open shot, but you can get room, you can get room. We are 6 minutes gone here in the second half. It's been a fantastic game so far. Minnesota and Georgia. Game number 1 if you're just joining us. That shot is good. Harper brings it up the floor, calling the plays. Fires it around to Douglas. Douglas kicks to Karanda. Carefully. Ooh, I was worried about the sideline snatch there to grab a possession away from Minnesota, but instead he kind of lobbed it, not lazily necessarily, but it wasn't a super crisp pass. And that's not what you want to see in these tournament games. That's too easy for Georgia. He'll fall away to his left, and his lead is 6. Georgia may have gone on just enough of a run to give themselves enough of a cushion to work with to eke out this victory. Minnesota, though, no slouch. Oh, they're just not getting the shots here on the back end. Or in the oh, man. Bonner flips over to Riggs. Riggs trying to drive here. Looking back around. Levy beyond the arc for 3. Harper picks it off. Douglas, they clear the lane. He missed the dunk. They still got the points, but that was a dangerous miss there. 2:22 remains in the second half. 52-48. Fantastic game here. Minnesota's right in it. They've been good at getting their steals. Just gotta inch a little bit closer. Get the ball to Raines here in the final couple minutes. See if he can get a couple of threes. Through the contact, couldn't get it. We've seen a lot of those shots just not fall for the Golden Gophers here in the backstretch of the second half. The contact, they're not able to fight all the way through and get the basket to drop. Truly unfortunate. Duncan it. Minnesota's defense letting them down here a little bit. Lead is back up to 8. It's the biggest of the game. Karanda flipped it inside. Finds Levy. Levy, he's been good from 3. That's a good defensive rebound. That's the miss you need. Raines, probably want to get it in his hands. Get him a 3-point attempt here. He's been good from beyond the arc. He pulls the trigger. It misses. It's an offensive rebound. Douglas gets blocked. Karanda comes up with the rebound. He throws it up. There's another opportunity. There were 4 shots there for Minnesota, and they could not get any of them to drop. 6-point game. For some reason, they took 15 seconds to foul. I don't know why. That is the first team foul here in the second half. Georgia misses the shot. Timeout, Minnesota. Interesting. As we wind down game number 1. Georgia looks like they're going to work with a little bit more of a pressurized defense and back away from it. Minnesota doesn't necessarily have to come away with a 3 here. They need to move a little quicker than this. Almost got a 5-second violation. Douglas looking at Jeffrey. Back to Douglas. They're taking way too much time here. Don't think that's a 3. That's a 2-point. Oh, they had an opportunity. Offensive rebound, and they just get the worst time for a turnover. Georgia about to punch their ticket to the Sweet 16. 13.6 seconds away, unless something of a miracle happens here for the Golden Gophers. They'll fire it way down the floor to no one. Cool. So we'll break out the old notebook. They're still going to foul for some reason. Good game. Minnesota did run out of gas there in the final 3 minutes or so. They had a lot of opportunities to get baskets. They just couldn't get enough on it. They couldn't fight through the contact. Went cold at the wrong time. So that'll be Georgia 60, Minnesota 50. Georgia becomes the 9th team to punch their ticket to the Sweet 16. That was a good game. That was a clean game. Not a lot of fouls or anything. Up and down affair. Teams felt like they were pretty evenly matched. The first half was fantastic. The second half was pretty good as well. Just wasn't meant to be for Minnesota, who we will see back in September for more Mascot Madness. Next up, we have what might be the game of all time. We have Dayton, which I need to go this way for. The Dayton Flyers and the Syracuse Orange. Whoever wins, we win, because one of these beautiful goofuses is going on to the Sweet 16. Oh, man. This is so good. We're going to the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, New York. We have it on All-American, 10 minutes, baseline mid. You know the drill, but just in case this is a top 5 game, which it might be, just based on looks alone. So far, we've really only had 3 top 5 potential games, which is a little worrying. We picked up 2 of them in the last part, so not the most exciting tournament so far yet. It's more often been games like the last one. There's a 3 from Syracuse right off the bat. They miss it. But the game like that, where super close for most of it, the teams are battling back and forth, leads kind of shift and change, but one team just runs out of gas. The last one, it was Minnesota. And this one, who knows? Hopefully we're set up for a slugfest. I love the look of this game, though. We have the Dayton Flyers. They're dorky. Mascot. We have the Syracuse Orange, which is literally just an orange with legs running around. Oh, fantastic stuff all around. Santos in the corner. Inside, didn't catch the name because the legs were in the way. Phillips. He's going to key the ball into Coffey. Coffey up to Navarre. We have a 4-2 game here through the first minute. Navarre steps out of bounds. You worry when you see it, when those players start getting close to the out-of-bounds line and they start dancing around like doofuses. They do tend to lose the ball for their team. Santos had an opportunity at a 3, but did not take it. Those were not words that were enunciated very well. Had an opportunity for a 3, didn't take it. Instead, we're just kind of working around the perimeter here with Dayton. That's Bell. Bell, he'll fall away, take a 2. That's missed. Ruiz comes away with it, throws it forward to Narve. Narve kicks back to Coffey, who throws it back to Phillips. Coffey has the ball yet again, driving into a triple team, not a great move. Got into the steal animation. Bell comes away with it for Dayton, whose capes they don't seem to like the PlayStation 2. Or vice versa. I don't know. Flipped up, flipped in, and good. And Dayton leads 6-2. I do believe Syracuse is an important team here. Syracuse is a Final Four pick. Oh, Syracuse is also a champion pick as well. So, big important game here for the Syracuse Orange, who have been to the final before, September 2019. I believe that was Pena shooting to the left there. There's a nice find to Navarre. Speak it with confidence. Feel good. Here's Bell working with the ball. He's going to find Santos. Beautiful find there. Surprised Santos took a little long to get that shot off. He was wide open. Draws the foul, so hard to say that was too bad of a play, but when you're that open, catch and shoot, bang, bang. And unfortunately, it bites him in the behind as he misses one of the 2 free throws, and instead of coming away with 2 points, only comes away with 1. Of course, could have missed the shot and come away with none, so I guess all in all, it's a very middling result. Phillips looking for the 2. No luck. Howard comes away with the rebound and throws it to Bell. Bell not in a great position here. He was 1-on-3 or 2-on-3. The number's not in his favor. Santos working around the outside, flips it into Shivers. Shivers, he's going to draw a foul. And a couple of quick team fouls here for Syracuse. So give up some more free throws to the Dayton Flyers. 8-4. Syracuse off to a bit of a sluggish start. Dayton 2 for 4 on the free throws. Not great. There's Navarre. Looked like his player model just got moved right at the end. That was very odd. He was lined up perfectly for a spot on, like, just straight away 3. And all of a sudden, his player model just skirts to the left. Shivers finds Pena. Pena. It's a nice look there. Nothing going, though, off the back iron. Kicks it over to Phillips. Phillips finds Coffey. Those are some dangerous passes. We've seen a lot of pickoffs on those. Oh my goodness, Navarre from way downtown can't get it to go. We have Syracuse kind of living by the 3, dying by the 3 here. Shivers with a nice play inside to get 2. 4 minutes gone. A little over 4 minutes gone. 4-point lead. It's been an up and down missed shot game. Coffey dancing near that sideline. Ruiz near the baseline bandit. Phillips. That's a 3. That'll go. That puts the lead down to 1. Maybe gets the orange going a little bit from beyond the arc. Bell tries his hand at a 3. Nothing doing. I like that play, though. It's a wide open look. Just couldn't get it to... just couldn't get it to... couldn't get it to drop. 5-second violation on Syracuse. Dayton will take over. On one of the weirder turnovers. We see those surprisingly frequently. Howard fires it to Bell. Bell to Pena. Inside to Santos. Santos kind of dancing around. Dribbles back. He's one-on-one here. Locked himself into that weird spot. I don't know. Fires the shot at 3. Pushes them to a 3-point lead. 12-9. We'll see what Syracuse answers with here. We maybe see them hit a 3. Navarre finds just a ton of room on that left side. Jams it home. Easy find. Lead right back up to 3. There's a couple of quick passes. Interesting little ball movement there. Usually we see two quick passes work to the inside or the interior, and the offense's benefit. There's a nice deep 2 from Dayton to respond. Just must have had a foot on the line. Looked pretty close to a 3. I like that play. I like the 2 quick passes. Bam, bam. Immediate 3. Looks good. Dayton steals the ball. 2-on-1 opportunity. Syracuse does an excellent job there. Strips the ball. That kind of sounds like I said jock there, but I meant job. We have some back and forth misses here. Fast paced, but bit of a sloppy game so far. Phillips kicks it ahead to Navarre. Navarre finds Coffee. Gets the foul drawn. And Coffee will go to the line to shoot 2. Makes both free throws, and we are looking at a 16-16 matchup. Lean back a little bit. Back definitely is feeling better, but I do realize sometimes when I'm commentating or talking, I'm like, man, I'm really sitting very far forward and very straight up. Should be more relaxed, you know? Having a good time. We're chill. We're hanging out. We're enjoying a lovely Saturday afternoon stream. This time next week, we'll know who the winner is. Champion will be crowned about, I don't know, 5:30 or so. No, that's not right. 5:30. 5:30 or so. The championship game should tip Friday night. It'll be live Sunday on YouTube. All kinds of good stuff. Have my hands full of series content, and March was really interesting because it was pretty much written out like before I even realized it. I was like, oh, the streams are going to be this on these days, and that takes care of that. And then the videos are going to be Movie Monday, Demolicious, Grab Bag, Stream Archive, Mascot Madness. I'm like, oh, okay, weird. There were some gaps here or there, and I haven't followed the schedule to a T, but that's all right. That's how it goes sometimes. Syracuse finds himself down 5 points inside 2 minutes to go. Gets that shot to drop. Dayton's been in control of this game. They've had the lead for the majority of the first half here, especially over the last 5 or 6 minutes. Been kind of a little more of a sluggish start for both squads. Dayton got off to a little bit of a hotter start. Syracuse has struggled to find their rhythm. Syracuse couldn't find that rebound either. It was an excellent opportunity for Syracuse to come down the floor looking for the tie. Maybe just cut it down to a 1-point deficit, but instead they'll nearly lose the ball. They were looking for Navarre on that three-point play, but the strip there really threw off the timing. Driving into two defenders, not great. Coffee working with it. Shot clock never did reset, so we're down to 10 seconds here. 27 on the game clock. Dayton's going to get an opportunity. Almost a 5-second violation. Coffee for three. Splashes it home, and we have a 2-point game. 23-21, Dayton over Syracuse. Closing seconds of the first half, game number 2 of 8 here in the second round of 32, part 2. There's a big three from, I believe that was Bell for Dayton. Doesn't go. The players will escort themselves to the half-court line or to the sideline, excuse me. Dayton will get first crack here in the second half, up to 23-21. Can't get that shot to push the lead out to 4. Syracuse opportunity to tie here. Navarre getting aggressive. Coffee. Looked like he maybe had an opportunity for a three. Elected to pass it up. Phillips will drive into a double team. He'll kick out to Ruiz. Ruiz, one-on-one, finds Phillips again. Gets stuffed inside by the Dayton Flyers. Howard, spin move for no reason. Pena. He'll find room and a layup. Back to Phillips. Ruiz to Navarre. I guess that was a three. That looked like he was well in front of the line. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a commentator of this game situation. Phillips into Howard. Howard finds some room, fights through some contact, puts Dayton back up by 3. It was interesting. I was talking about March and the schedule and how quickly it filled up. April's kind of the polar opposite, where it's like, oh, I have nothing planned. So you gotta start going through and seeing what's coming out. MLB The Show is probably the big game in April. That's gonna make it out. There's some smaller stuff coming out here at the end of March. That'll be interesting to check out, but as far as major releases, it's going to be pretty light. There's a nice shot from, I believe that was Navarre for the Syracuse Orange. Bell bringing it up the floor. Pena left wide open. Coffee finds the rebound, throws it ahead to Navarre, who's a 1-on-2 situation. Pulls back, waits for his fellow Oranges to show up. Navarre inside. Throws it to Phillips. Phillips off the glass and good. 29-27. 7:51. Second half. Syracuse is in the lead for the first time in a while. Maybe the whole game. Wow. What a dunk. Navarre. That's a 3 for Navarre. Nothing doing but a nice offensive rebound. Syracuse will get that. Up and in. For 2. Push the lead for 31-29. Howard gets it over the defender somehow. Somehow that was a pretty close shot, but also somehow that was not a block. Weird little animation there. Fires over to the right for Navarre. Navarre off the left iron, no good. Howard comes away with the rebound for the Dayton Flyers. Fires ahead to Pena. Pena through the contact, just jams it on home. More of a posterization rather than through the contact, but you get the point. Ruiz gets a shoulder into the defender and just bullies him back. Lays it up for 2, 6:33 to go. Back and forth game here. No team's really been in too much control. Dayton's biggest lead is 5, maybe 6. Syracuse has never been out of it. They also haven't really had much of a lead in this game. If they've had a lead, this is the biggest lead it's been at 4 points. But I kind of don't think they have. That was a dunk that something went wrong. 2 missed dunks by Dayton on 1 possession. absolutely mind-boggling. Navarre going to drive into 2 defenders. Draw the foul. Shot is up. The shot is good. 37-31. Biggest lead of the game here for Syracuse. They're finding a little bit of rhythm and roll in the second half. Santos brings it up for the Dayton Flyers. Fires it over to the left for Pena. Pena misses the shot, so it didn't really matter if it was a 3 or a 2. The tip in, though, is good. That'll be a 2. Into Santos. Santos through a couple of defenders. Finds rim, but no basket. Phillips is way out in front. Excellent defense there by the Dayton Flyers. It was a nice 3 from Phillips. Off the iron, no good. I like the shot. I'm all right with it. Better defense by the Dayton Flyers. Did a good job of just getting that guy to have enough contact with him to get in front of him and completely stop the momentum. Phillips looked like he was freeing away for like 2 points there. He was just going for it, and that was stopped by that one player. Howard's going to pick up a foul here. Second foul on Pope. First team foul here in the second half. 39-34. Under 5 to go here. Again, Syracuse. Big picks. Final 4 pick, a championship pick, champion pick. Ruiz finds a little space, flips it up, flips it in, and good. 41-34, 7-point lead for the Syracuse Orange. We're dominant in their victory. Dayton controlled the game for the most part in their victory in the first round. I don't remember the teams at all. That's a nice block by Syracuse. Loose ball picked up by Shivers. Shivers loses the ball on the interior. Went into a double team. Not a good move on his part. Phillips driving around to Navarre. Navarre off the right iron. No good. Kind of letting Dayton hang out here. I don't know how that was an offensive foul. He fell in the most bizarre way possible for that to be an offensive foul. My goodness. Syracuse just stealing a possession there. Tim Santos picks up his second personal, second team foul here in the second half. We're under 4 to go. Navarre, he'll fire for 3, and that one is good. Lead is up to 10. Syracuse on a run here. Dayton not out of it. 3:37 is plenty of time to get over a 10-point lead. Realistically, I guess worst case scenario, I should say. Pardon me, is a 5-possession game. Sounds like a lot. Navarre for 2, no good. But if you can make your possessions quick and force Syracuse to miss some shots, maybe you're looking at some kind of comeback here. Lead down to 6. Nice play there by Dayton, getting up the floor quickly. There's a 3 for Syracuse, and that feels huge at this stage in the game with under 3 to go. Not a backcourt violation, though it was very close. Still, 7 points is not the end of the world. It's just that was about the last moment you wanted to leave Navarre open there. Pope inside through the double team off the side of the backboard. Out of bounds. Dayton ball. Syracuse went to chase the loose ball. Touched it out of bounds. That'll give possession to Dayton with 2:31 remaining. They could slice this to 5. Cut it to 4 if they are feeling spicy. They don't feel spicy. They didn't feel spicy, and Syracuse just completely lost track of what was going on the court there. Just ran the ball out of bounds. Orange falling apart here. Strip the ball. Nice strip by Pope. Phillips leading the fast break fray there. Duke. Dayton almost comes away with the rebound. Navarre, he's going to find a little bit of a lane. Jams it home. Huge missed opportunity for the Dayton Flyers. Who aren't quite out of it yet. Howard finds a little room. Lead back down to 5. Trading some twos here, back and forth. 1:44 remaining. Syracuse nearly ran it out of bounds again. Hope inside into a double team kind of situation. Splashes it home. Dayton's going to have to call a timeout here. They're down 7 with 90 seconds to go. There's a nice 3 from Dayton to slice the lead down to 4. 51-47, 1:17 second half. 2 quick passes inside. Ruiz out of bounds. Dayton ball. That is an important distinction. Instead of it being a defensive foul, it's just out of bounds. Huge turnover for the Syracuse Orange, who are now only up 4. He's going to drive it inside into a couple of Orange defenders. Shot's going to be up, no good off the left iron, and that is a huge wasted possession there. We're under a minute to go, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Phillips back to Ruiz. Almost a 5-second violation for Ruiz. Shot clock will initiate. Coffee working with it outside. 6, 5, 4, 3. Are you kidding me? That's the worst foul timing we've seen yet. There were 3 seconds on the shot clock. 3 seconds. Syracuse was about to just jack up a 3, and they started fouling. Wow. Dayton, what are you doing? Syracuse is up 6. An unbelievable decision there from Dayton towards the end of this second half. Going to let Syracuse probably ice it. They were burning so much time. That was a situation where you either fouled immediately, Bell with a 3, no good. The tip in, couldn't get that to go. Comes away with the basket again, or the ball again. Jams it home. 9.9. 9.2. 0.7 seconds come off the clock. First one's good. Second one is good as well. They'll take a timeout. Dayton, it's too little too late. You had your chance. You blew it. That's it. It's over. We'll see you in September. Fire it way down the floor. Both of these games have been very good. Great game. Mind-boggling decision there from Dayton with about 25 seconds remaining and 3 seconds on the shot clock to do that foul. But, no. Need to input the score. Syracuse survives. They trailed for a lot of that game, and they were able to put together a run, take the lead, and once they got that lead, they never relinquished it. So maybe a score of 49-55. Syracuse heading on to the Sweet 16. That's a big game for people in the bracket challenge. That was a championship pick. It's a Final Four pick. Some brackets could have been busted there, but no such luck in this one. Baylor and Utah State is coming up next as I keep grabbing the incorrect controller. Which means I should just put it somewhere else that's not in my way. Game modes. Go here. The Baylor Bears. Utah State Aggies. Game number 3 coming right up here for you. We are going to D. Glenn Smith Spectrum, Logan, Utah. That's right, I believe this was part of the Utah section. And we'll go ahead and get this one underway. Baylor Bears will walk away with the tip. And we are underway here in game number 3. Team number 11 looking to punch their ticket to the Sweet 16. See if it is Baylor or if it's Utah State. Utah State gets on the board first. And here we go. A couple of really good games today. I'd say all 3 of them have been pretty good. Minnesota ran out of gas. Dayton and Syracuse really came down to the wire there. Hopefully Utah State and Baylor can work that same magic. Somehow that was not a turnover. Somehow that was not a block. It was a big 3 from Baylor. It was way downtown. Cuts the lead to 1. A minute away, or a minute into this game. A minute gone in this game. Didn't know how I wanted to say that. St. John trying to find something. Nice block there by Baylor. They come away with it that time. Myers driving around the outside. Finds Douglas, who kicks into Cheech, who kicks into St. John. St. John gets fouled. Baylor will pick up their first team foul. Bill Harrison will pick up his first personal foul. And the first free throw of the game is good. 5-3 Utah State. I don't believe either of these teams are really all that important. My second free throw was missed. Now, neither of these teams are important for the standings or picks or anything. Shot got missed. McGill getting blocked at the line. And then during the shot, I should say. At the rim. Those are the words. Trying to fumble out of my head. McGill with a free and clear lane somehow just didn't take the correct angle, and it gave the Utah State Aggies, that's who it is. Utah State Aggies. Give the Utah State defender just enough time to rotate over and get the foul. Both free throws are good though, so it's all a wash as far as the points are concerned, and we are all knotted up at 5. That's a nice shot by Baylor to respond and knock the game up at 7 apiece. 2.5 minutes gone almost here in game number 3 of the day. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you're enjoying the basketball action. St. John, nice little spin move over the dropped shoulder of the defender. And it is a 2-point Aggie lead. McGill, bounce pass. That's a defensive foul there. Navarre. Saw Navarre in the last game. The pool of names that they can auto-generate. Probably A, pretty small, but B, maybe sticks out a little more repetitively if you watch 64 different teams play in a very short amount of time. That's a big long three for the Utah State Aggies. Nothing doing there. Baylor says we don't want the rebound. It's going to go back for a dunk for Utah State. 11-9. Best Baylor has been able to do is tie the game. It's out of bounds. It'll stay or go to Utah State. No foul there. Myers, bounce pass into Haley. Haley loses the ball. Harrison comes up with it. McGill. It was a 1-on-2, maybe a 2-on-2. Not the best odds for the Baylor Bears, so he pulls back, waits for all of his friends to show up. He'll kick it into Harrison. Harrison's over with a double team. Back bounce pass out to McGill. McGill, left-handed three is no good. Nice offensive rebound. Baylor can put up the shot and tie the game. Myers. 3-point specialist here on the Utah State team. And Haley, I might have said that incorrectly, but Haley does score the points, and it is 13-11. Simon trying to spin around, finds a little bit of room. Seems like that's the play that a lot of the players are trying to go for when they get pushed out of bounds and throw the ball into the back of the backboard or get fouled on those pretty similar animations that are like hard to distinguish what's going on. It's like they're trying to get under the basket so that they can bring it up in front and try to flip it in. And that's one of the like super rare times that it has actually worked. Utah State is just refusing to give up this lead. Keeps shifting between a 2-point Utah State lead and a no-point Utah State lead. Simon fires away. Nothing doing there. Harrison smashes it home. 5:02 to go. First half. And a 15-15 game. Very even match here. It's a nice find. Newton finally gives Baylor the lead. 17-15. Cheech driving inside, got absolutely stuffed. The Bears going to check his muscles. It looks like his shirt's unbuttoned, but somehow has a logo over the top of it. Not really sure what I'm looking at here, but I do enjoy the big doofy bear head. Has a more reflective texture than a lot of the other ones do. Seems like a lot of the other ones are like fur or general like mascot material. Baylor seems like it's kind of just a balloon. And right as you compliment Baylor, they extend their lead to 4, their biggest of the game. Myers has something to say about that. Quickly slashes into the lane and gets a nice made 2-point shot there. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Ticket will find inside. Fights through the contact. Gets just enough on it. Douglas over on the right side. Looking for Myers. Myers trying to drive inside. Finds a double team. Tries to throw across, but finds McGill. The problem is McGill plays for the wrong team. Newton to Navarre. Navarre. It's a generous drop. And quickly it is a 6-point Baylor lead here. They didn't have the lead until, what, 17-15. All of a sudden they're starting to find a little more success. We have a white sock game here. 23-19 is the score. So we wind down half number one. That is a deep three for Baylor. I saw one of those earlier. Saw Baylor make one. I don't know what the person was doing. It was trying to like maybe get a putback or something, but they were not even close to the ball. (23-20) will remain the score. Finney's going to come in for Harrison. Aggies miss one from the line. So it'll be a 3-point Baylor lead coming out of this timeout. Nice blocking inside by Utah State. They can tie or cut the lead to 1. Haley, nice quick pass inside. But unfortunately, there was an even better defensive play on the other end of that pass. Nice block there by Baylor. Navarre looking for a little bit of room. Finds Newton up at the top of the key. He tries to find a little bit of room. Bounce passes back to Navarre. Navarre just falling away from the basket. Swishes it home, and it is 25-20. Two-pointer is missed. Utah State, they're just kind of running out of gas. They had their best run here early in the game. Baylor opening up a 27-20 lead. I was thinking in my head the next sentence was Baylor got this lead at 17-15, hasn't looked back. They're on a 12-8 run here. It was a more impressive stat until Utah State hit that three on their last possession. Baylor to McGill. McGill looking for Navarre. Navarre trying to find some room, bullies the Aggie down. Finds McGill. McGill takes a couple steps inside, tries to shoot it, finds nothing but left iron. That'll lead to a fast break for the Aggies. Good recovery defense there by Baylor. We are under a minute to go with Newton to Navarre. Navarre, for room on the left side, finds Finney. Finney gets a nice finish there in the lane. And it's back to a 6-point Baylor lead with 40 seconds to go here, first half. Cheech, nice play off the glass. Cuts it to 4. Baylor can hold for the final shot. They most certainly won't, but they could if they wanted to. Into Finney. Ooh, nice defense there by Utah State to push that away from the Baylor Bears. Get a defensive rebound, give themselves an opportunity, but they turn the ball over. McGill is all by himself. Technically not all by himself. His teammate was right next to him. That's a lovely slam. That's a 6-point lead. And the Aggies will throw it way down the court. They'll fire a deep three off the right iron, no good. Baylor comes away with the rebound. They'll fire a shot, and that was not even close. So a good first half of action comes to the close here. Comes to a close, I should say. Utah State down 6 with the ball first. 31-25 is your halftime score. Lewis to Douglas. Douglas for 3. That's a good way to start the second half. Getting a 3, cutting the lead down to 3. Good start. That's a defensive foul. Interesting. Finney's going to go to the line. First one on Cheech. First team foul here in the second half. 32-28. Myers with the bounce pass into Cheech. Cheech looking for a little bit of room. Did a good job finding some space there. Baylor rotated weirdly on that. Kind of just left the lane wide open for Utah State to just... Nice dunk by Utah State, cut the lead down to 1. All of a sudden we have a game. Not that we ever didn't have a game. Baylor's been pretty good once they got the lead to maintain the lead. But maybe we're seeing kind of the reverse where Utah State had the lead for the majority of the first half. Baylor would get to a tie, but they would immediately respond with a 2. Tie, 2. See what happens here. Lewis is going to come slamming home. And we are looking at a Utah State 1-point lead with 8.5 to go here in the second half. A good one going so far. Good response there from Baylor. Gets the lead back to 1 for them. Oh, they did that weird thing where they got a block. Should have just been Utah State ball, but the computer went for it, touched it out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover to the Baylor Bears, who lead 35-34. Navarre just a couple steps too deep here on the three-point line. Finds Newton, though, inside. Good aggressive play there to get either the basket or to the line. He'll get Cheech for his second team foul in the second half. And Baylor will push the lead to 2. (37-34). Nice shot there by Utah State to cut the lead back down to 1. A little over 2 minutes gone here in the second half. One of these teams is going to go to the Sweet 16 to face the winner of the next game, BYU or Kansas. There's a nice shot from Baylor, pushes the lead out to 4. One of the rare threes I feel like we've seen in this game, but a lot of 2s exchanged back and forth. Some 3s here and there, but they're pretty few and far between. Lewis steps into a defender, trying to drive him back to the basket. Got the one Baylor Bear defender to jump completely out of time for really no reason. He wasn't going up for the shot anytime soon. Nice steal there by Utah. They were down 4 moments ago and now have the opportunity to tie or take the lead should they so choose a 3 and make it. Lewis turns around to Douglas. Douglas to Myers. Myers kind of driving inside a little bit. Well contested shot there by Baylor, but just too good on the offensive side there for Utah State. We have a knotted up 40-40 game here. As Newton quick passes inside. I believe that's Simon. Finney comes up with it. And that'll be a 2-point Baylor lead. Good offensive rebound there by Baylor. Good ball movement by Baylor. I'll walk away with a 2-point lead. Haley, nice jam home. Immediate steal, nice run there. My goodness, I don't even know what happened there. The camera turned so many times, all of a sudden it was tie game, and then Utah State led by 2. Finney, nice offensive rebound. Simon repays the offensive rebound with a rebound of his own, and he'll get fouled. Myers picked up his second foul. We'll see if they sit him here. (44-44). No, they'll let him play. Only 2 personal fouls. We have 5:50 left here in the second half. It's not the biggest deal in the world. If he picks up a quick 3rd foul, then I can see them starting to have a problem with that. But 2 fouls this stage in the game, no big deal. The computer, though, does seem to err on the side of caution. Out of bounds, Utah State. That was definitely just supposed to be a hook shot, and the way the bodies collided, it fell out of in play zone? What? Field of play. And it'll be a turnover. So with a 2-point lead, Utah State works up the floor. Myers pump fakes. Throws it over to Lewis. Lewis, nice little behind the back dribble there. Fires inside to Myers. Myers looking for a little bit of room, but it does look like he is mismatched with a taller player. It's a nice little spin move in there. Bait the defender to his right. There's Newton, couldn't get enough on it. Newton with the ball. Almost couldn't get enough on it. I was going to say still couldn't get enough on it, but he does eventually find the net. And right back to that tie game. Bounce pass inside. Cheech. He'll get fouled. Finney picking up his first foul. First team foul for Baylor here in the second half. 47-46. Off the left iron, no good. Haley! Oh my goodness. We are looking at a potential 4-point possession for the Utah State Aggies, who are doing it the most difficult way possible. One made free throw, a missed free throw. Immediately, a 2-pointer that was fouled on, and instead they'll walk away with 5 points. 2 field goals, a foul that they went 1 for 2 from the line. Baylor's all of a sudden just falling apart. It was 46-46 a moment ago. Baylor couldn't get a defensive rebound to save their lives. And just like that, we're looking at a 51-46 game, winded down to the 4-minute mark here in the second half. Myers with the ball, fires left to Douglas, who bounce passes it to Cheech. Cheech looking for a little room here on the left side, but Lewis kind of clutters it, bringing his defender over. Not great floor spacing happening here, under 10 seconds to go. Myers with a beautiful move to break that Bears ankles. Again, Baylor cannot get a defensive rebound, and Utah State is all of a sudden up by 7. Not really what you want to see if you're the Baylor Bears. You want to see them making shots from the floor, not having to get to the line. To get points. Quick little shot from Utah State doesn't fall. Baylor's got the lead down to 5. McGill, nice play inside, lead down to 3 after the jam. Oh, nice steal there by Baylor. Navarre, pretty much all by himself, for some reason kicked it to his teammate. That's the time you leave it all to yourself. He threw it behind and allowed the defense to at least catch up. There's a nice block by Baylor and a nice recovery on the loose ball. Newton and McGill working 2-on-1 against one Utah State defender, and just like that, it's 54-53. Baylor is back in front in this game. We are going back and forth here in a fantastic round of 32 matchup. Sandoval looking for Myers. Myers driving inside, flips it over to Douglas. Douglas with a hand in his face. Lewis, a couple hands in his face. Driving inside through 2 defenders, draws the foul. And we have under 2.5 minutes to go here. 3rd team foul for Baylor. Utah State really struggling from the line. You can see it in Nathan Lewis's field goal, or free throw percentage, 33%, and that's going to drop even more as he goes 0 for 2 from the line. A very important set of free throws inside of 2.5 minutes to go, because he could have at least walked away with a tie. Not that it's that big of a deal. They do force the miss from Baylor. Baylor to Douglas. Finds Myers. Somehow got that up. Somehow got that to go, and somehow that was a 3. It looked like it was foot was on the line. Again, the body The mascot costumes are kind of just draped over the regular player bodies. It makes for a weird collision detection and hit detection. Seeing what 3s are 3s and 2s are 2s and out of bounds and all that stuff. 5 straight points for Utah State gives them a 4-point lead. 58-54. 93 seconds to go here. Baylor's got to make one good run. That's a good start. Navarre's got to make this free throw and they can cut it down to a 2-point game. They don't even have to really foul on the ensuing possession here. Just kidding, they won't do it. Instead, they'll go for the miss and tip in. 4 points in 1 possession immediately ties the game 58 all. And yet another great game here in March Mascot Madness number 3. Myers for 3 finds it again. And again, there was a defender right next to him. They were trying to get the foul again. Couldn't get it. No reason to foul here for the Baylor Bears. 1 minute to go. 61-60 game. Baylor doesn't have to do anything too ridiculous. Utah State, though, going to find some room there. Just bullying the Bear. Shoulder right into the chest. Gets him out of the way. Baylor's down to 3 timeouts. They have 52.3 remaining. They're down 3. I'm okay with the strategy of just trading 2s here, maybe finding an open 3 on one of those possessions. But don't live by the 3 and die by the 3 now all of a sudden. Newton inside for 2, can't get it. Offensive rebound is put up and splashed in. 41.3, still don't need to foul immediately. There is 6 seconds between the shot and the game clock. Myers, bounce pass inside, kicks back out to Sandoval. Looks like they might just be burning some time here. Nice strip and steal. Newton's come away with the ball. It's a 1-on-1 right near the basket. Good. The shot is up and the shot is good. Utah State has to take a timeout with 18.1 seconds because they lost the ball on a turnover. Oh my goodness. Utah State, plenty of time here. You don't have to force up a shot. 10 seconds, 2 quick passes inside. Sandoval can't get it. St. John puts it back. And with 8 seconds to go, jams it home. Baylor, please don't do anything too dumb here. They'll fire it to Harrison. Harrison got a backward violation with 5.4 to go. Oh, you hate to see it. No, you stole the ball. Simon's got an opportunity. He'll take a 3. Missed. I don't think that's the guy you want taking the 3 in the closing moments of a game. But a fantastic finish. My goodness, what a game. That's a top 5 contender right there. That's good stuff. Baylor almost threw it away, but they gave themselves an opportunity with that steal off the inbound pass. But I don't think that's the player you want with the ball in the hands. I'm surprised that they didn't take a timeout. But it's an interesting thing because we see a lot actually where there's an unnecessary bounce pass backwards and it's always like right near the midcourt line and you're just like, why are you even gambling with it? What are you doing? We don't want to go to features. I did that in the last part. But a fantastic game, back and forth. Teams had leads for large chunks of it, wouldn't give it up. The other team would eventually take over, and a good end there. So that's what you want to see if you're watching Mascot Madness. But we will see. Oh, shoot. Utah State moving on. I believe the score was 65-64. I got so excited about the finish there that I forgot to write in the score. Utah State does win. And they will be moving on to the Sweet 16, where they will meet one of the following two teams, BYU and Kansas, which is our next game up here on Mascot Madness. We are almost halfway through this video. This is game number 4 of part number 6. I don't even know where I'm going. I need to find the Ks. It's going to take me a while to get there. Kansas, the number 2 ranked team in the country, taking on the BYU Cougars, who I don't believe have made an appearance before this tournament, but they are substituting in for the Cincinnati Bearcat, the popular mascot who just isn't in this game for some reason. But this is a good game to use because at least we get the Oregon done. So here we go. We'll jump on in. We are going to Lawrence, Texas. We are going, nope, Kansas. I said Texas, but I thought I meant Kansas. I was too busy thinking that we're going to the quintessential gamer city of Kansas. All-American 10 minutes, baseline mid, you know the drill. We'll have 4 more games to punch the final 4 tickets to the Sweet 16 coming up after this, after a short break. And then Thursday, we'll be doing the entirety of the Sweet 16, and Friday, we'll be crowning a champion for the 5th time in Mascot Tournament history. So be there, because it's going to be fun. BYU Cougars win the tip, and they are off here. Kansas has just the most ginormous logo. Trying to find Gonzalez there on the side there with the Big 12 logo. He'll instead back up, take a 3, swish it home. That logo is ginormous. Pass inside. For the 2. His name Cougar? I couldn't tell. Franklin over to Gonzalez on the right side. Bounce passes into Franklin. Gets rejected. Finds Cotton out on the outside here. Trying to find some kind of room to work with, but just can't. Franklin with the ball in his hands yet again. Kicks to Gonzalez, who finds Cotton again. Good defense here by the Kansas Jayhawks. Unfortunately, he got turned around. Just benefited from a missed shot more than good defense there. Defensive foul. Maybe tried to set a little bit of a like, hey, I'm gonna get charged here, but just didn't have his feet set. Bridges, float pass into Buckles. Buckles absolutely demolished by the Cougar at the basket. Franklin will pick up his first foul, second team foul for BYU here in the opening half. It's a couple quick team fouls. Nothing like what we saw from Gonzaga, but still not what you want to see as far as number of team fouls you're racking up early. Kansas going to get tagged with a foul. I do appreciate that Kansas's number is 1/2, which is just weird. You see a lot of like whatever the like additional player is. So football, it's like 12, basketball 6. We see a lot of double zeros. Did you see the BYU Cougar booking it for that ball, even though he had no chance at A, getting it, and B, no reason to? It's going to be your team's ball regardless. Stop running for it. You don't often see fractions, is the point that I was trying to make. That was a terrible pass. Have a little bit of a sluggish start from both teams. Gonzalez with a nice steal there. Not as nice of a spin move because he lost the ball. Buckles rockets it ahead to Anthony, who finds Connor. Connor gets swatted. Finds Douglas, who pump fakes, drives inside, but good defense by the Cougars. Foul is called on BYU. Third team foul. First foul on Marcus Cotton. And Franklin steals it away. So we have a slop fest of a start here. We have 2 minutes gone and 2 baskets total made. Franklin will quickly change that. Make it a 5-2 game. Some good defensive plays. You like to see some steals every once in a while, but also just Not great shot selection from either of these teams. Buckles responding on their end with a nice jam home. Cut the lead back down to 1. Gonzalez with another 3. He's been feeling it from beyond the arc, and they've had good reason to go to him. Had a couple of them from back there. 6 points at least for Gonzalez. That's a 3 that's missed. Morrison comes away with it. First time we've seen the cover star's last name in the game, I believe. Out of bounds, BYU ball. He got poked away and rolled out of bounds. Fires into Gonzalez, who passes back to Franklin. Franklin looking for that little screen on the left side. Kicks to Gonzalez, who again hits a 3. We have an 11-4 game. Kansas struggling here in the early going. Down 7 to this BYU Cougar team. Connor inside. Tries to get them going somehow, but just can't make it. A little too strong. Cotton pushes off, so he'll give himself a little space to get that 5-second counter reset. Into Gonzalez. Tried to spin there. A lot of Kansas Jayhawks were on that left side. Probably a good opportunity to throw to the right and see if you can get a mismatch or like an over-aggressive collapse or something. Nice steal there by Bridges for Kansas, who was getting low on the shot clock for at least defensively. Doing a good job there to limit BYU's good shot selection. Win. That's a nice play inside. We have a 9-point lead with 4 minutes gone here. Nice play by Kansas to get them on the board. Hopefully they can get onto a little bit of a roll here. Cuts the lead to 7. Franklin driving inside, finds 2 defenders collapsing on him, and still just flips it up and in with minimal effort. Pushes the lead back out to 9. Kansas nearly got a backward violation. Buckles going to get fouled. Dropped the shot, so he'll be looking for an and one opportunity here from the free throw line. 9 points, the biggest lead, so keep that in mind as we continue through this first half. It's down to 6. Nice steal for Kansas. Buckles to Bridges in a wild shot there, drops for him. And it's 15-11 now. Gonzalez for 2, deep 2, excuse me. He's been good from 3. He's been so good from 3 that I assume that when Gonzalez has his hands on the ball, he is going to shoot a 3. Can't make that. BYU does get a 2 away, or 2 from that end of the floor. I don't know where I'm going with that sounds. This lead has been cut into a bit. Kansas +5 over the last couple of minutes. Franklin, nice little find there, trying to get something going on the interior, but nothing. That Cougar just watched that whole thing happen, didn't bother to go for the ball at all. Might actually benefit him here. Just kidding, it didn't. It looked like it might because he was going to be in okay position to prevent that fast break. But they tried to like double team the shooter, and then the pass was up, and it's just it was over. Franklin for 3, short off the left side of the iron. Nice tip in though by BYU to push the lead back out to 4 with under 4 to go. Quick passes inside. Anthony finds a little rim there, drops it for 2. Over to Gonzalez on the left side. We'll see if he elects for a 2. No, or a 3, excuse me. He instead throws an interception. The 9-point lead erased. 19-19, 3 minutes to go, first half. Pretty good game. It wasn't good there for a while. Big lead for BYU. It wasn't good early going because it was just a very sluggish start for either team. Washington team make a comeback, always good. Ooh, and he just stepped out of bounds. Kansas's defense is doing a great job. They are forcing BYU to use a lot of the shot clock, limiting their opportunities to score. As in number of possessions per half, that's good. It's just good defense by the Kansas Jayhawks. Cougars find themselves down for the first time in a very long time. 21-19, Gonzalez to the rescue. Picked up that loose ball, tried to get it up before the defenders could reset their position, but just couldn't get enough mustard on it. Just kind of died on the rim. On the flip side, the Cougars of BYU will draw an offensive foul. Bobby Douglas picking up his first foul, second team foul for the Kansas Jayhawks. Cotton almost throws it immediately to a Jayhawk, but there wasn't really anywhere for him to go. Finds the ball back into his hands. Jayhawks being very aggressive here. Don't know why he shot that. There was a wide open guy from beyond the arc. Just behind him. Kick it out. You're due a double team. That's not going to end well for you. Bridges for 3. Nothing doing. Connor for 2. Nothing doing. BYU opportunity to tie or take the lead with a 3-point play on this possession. Franklin not aggressive enough with that high screen that they looked like they were trying to run. He's got into a double team. Gonzalez again comes and saves the ball, but Douglas comes away with the steal that time. Quick passes inside, out of bounds, BYU ball. Try as they might, Kansas cannot extend this lead. So it remains a 21-19 game. This was kind of what we saw at the beginning of the game, just up and down, but a lot of misses. Not great shots. There's a 3 for BYU, nothing doing. Almost had a fresh 35-second shot clock, but the ball was stripped away immediately. Bridges trying to dance on the inside. Buckles got the little alley layup, but couldn't get it in. Finally, Kansas breaks the scoreless streak and gives us the White Sock game. 23-19 is the score. Kansas up by 4 with 30 seconds to go. They were down by as many as 9 here in the first half. They'll find Cotton, maybe looking for a 3, maybe not. Drove inside, immediately locked up with the Kansas defender. They're nice and close. They're hugging. Morrison for 3 at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Kansas will go plus 13. They will get a 4-point lead here at the break. Very low scoring game, by the way, for both teams. 23-19 is not usually what we see. Usually upper 20s. It's not far off from what we usually see, but it is a notably slower paced, more misfilled game than we're used to seeing. Buckles for 3. Can't get it to go. That'll be out of bounds. And they will quickly give BYU an opportunity to tie here. About 30 seconds in here to the second half. This is game number 4, part number 6 here. Had some good ones in this second round. Just got done with a fantastic finish. It's a nice splash home, 23-23. 9-10 remaining, second half. Bridges, left side. Not a whole lot doing. BYU tied up. Franklin driving in on that right side. Kind of into a double team. Kicks to Cotton. He wasn't far enough in to give him any sort of room there to get an open look. Gonzalez, who's been fantastic from beyond the arc, trying to find some room inside. He can't find anything. Got about a minute and a half here for Kansas. They still have not made a basket in the second half. It's 4-0 BYU run. That'll be a foul that should get Kansas on the board, barring some sort of goofiness. First points come from the free throw line here in the second half for the Jayhawks, 25-23. Strips the ball away, and they just can't come away with it. There was 2 Kansas defenders there, and they just couldn't do anything. Gonzalez tried to drive inside. Why aren't you taking the 3, buddy? You've been so good from deep. Bridges fires inside to Buckles. Nothing doing there. BYU coming away with the ball. 3-on-1 opportunity, maybe 3-on-2. Franklin will toss it up, splash it in. Kansas still without a field goal here for 2+ minutes. Connor, that's blocked. Morrison coming away with the ball. It was a kind of a dangerous pass, a little close to the midcourt line for my liking. Gonzalez, maybe a good idea to, Morrison for some reason drove inside to help him, but a kick there probably would have worked out pretty well. He can't get enough onto it. 25-25. As we approach the 3-minute mark, Kansas still has not hit a field goal. They have 2 points in this half. They are from the free throw stripe. Buckles inside into a double team. Blocked. Looked like he got blocked twice. Blocked once and then blocked again, just for good measure. Connor to Douglas. Douglas, nice jump by Franklin there to grab that ball in midair. Nice interception there. That's going to be a defensive foul. And Kansas is going to put BYU on the line with 6:49 to go here in the second half. Second shot up, second shot good. 27-25. There's a nice block by Kansas, BYU, on Kansas in the interior again. Cotton trying to make some moves here on the right side. Ends up in a double team. Fires out to Franklin. Ooh, inside. Nice steal by Bridges. Throws it forward to Buckles. Buckles, finally, almost 4 minutes. But Kansas finally gets a field goal to tie this game at 27. BYU, unfortunately, not able to take advantage of the Kansas long dry spell from the floor. Gonzalez left his feet with the ball. As he approached the rim, all of a sudden it was gone. And it's in Kansas's hands, specifically Buckles at the moment. Little alley-oop there that was well short. Terrible play. Offensive foul. Kansas ball. That's surprising. Gonzalez picks up his second team foul. 4.5 almost gone in this one. Kansas for 3. That's not good if you're BYU. You can't start letting them hit shots now. You held them scoreless from the field for almost 4 minutes. You're giving up wide open straightaway threes. Cotton's going to get fouled. Couldn't get the shot to drop. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Second on Bridges. Second team foul here in half number 2. And with 5 minutes and 15 seconds here in the second half, we're right about where we see teams at the end of the first half. This has been an incredibly slow-moving game. Bridges pump fakes, finds Buckles inside. Buckles got blocked or just kind of lost it on the way up. Franklin with a good kick to the right to win. Win trying to win that battle, but can't. No pun intended. Or rhyme intended. Can't make the first free throw, unfortunately. Lazarus Wynn. It's a good first name. Can't make either free throw. BYU, though. Nice offensive rebound. Tippin gets a generous bounce off that left side, and it is 31-30. Douglas for 3. Short. Connor, though, with a nice offensive rebound. Stripped on the way up, though. Last touch by BYU, so it will be Kansas ball. Buckles getting guarded here, trying to drive inside. There's Bridges for 3 off the right iron. No good. Tip in is good, though. Lead shifts back to Kansas by 1. Into Win. Nice play there. And after those couple of free throws he missed last time, giving himself an and-one opportunity. Three personal fouls for Connor, 14 fouls. And he's still struggling from the line. Franklin's going to come in for Connor on the Kansas side of things. BYU working with a 1-point lead here as we approach the 4 minutes remaining mark. It's been a good one here. It's been a slow-paced, I don't even know if defensive struggle is right. It just doesn't feel like it's been a very good game offensively for either team. Kansas has played some good defense, forcing BYU to use a lot of the clock, but I don't know. It's just been more of a slog rather than a good defensive battle, in my opinion. 16 fouls here for the Kansas Jayhawks, and the BYU Cougars, are not making them pay from the stripe. They are only up by 1. Now they finally get one to go. They missed their previous 4 attempts from the line, holding a 2-point lead. They'll work with a little bit of a full court pressure. It's more of a full court meetup sort of situation where they're like, yeah, we'll hang out and like, oh my goodness, Douglas with the 3 to give Kansas the lead, 35-34 with 3.5 remaining. Ball got stripped by Douglas. Douglas bashed his face into some chairs on the sideline, dove right for it. Couldn't keep the ball in bounds. Good attempt at a steal there. Win with the ball. It's a deep 2. Chases his shot. Oh, just couldn't get the rebound and keep the rebound. Got stripped from behind. Douglas driving it. Buckles working with the ball here. Bounce pass to Cheney. Floats it inside to Douglas, who's to do a double team. Back to Buckles, who's looking at a lot of different players. Buckles bullied over a Cougar, but elected not to take the shot. Kicks inside. I believe Cheney has it again. Cheney with a 2. No good. Under 3 to go. Kansas only up by 1. BYU down by 1 when they maybe should be up more. Somehow he came away with that as a steal. I thought that was going to be a pretty clean pass. Looked like it was going to get past him, but hey, 2006 video games, they're not always going to give it to you correctly. Hell, games in 2021 can't even give it to you correctly. Kansas is up by 3, 2:10 remaining. That's another block defensive stop there for Kansas. They heard me call out that it's not a very good defensive game. BYU kind of falling apart here. Anthony, he gets it to drop. 6-point run for the Kansas Jayhawks gives them a 5-point lead. It was 34-33. BYU hasn't really been able to get much going on here. Gonzalez hasn't really taken a 3 recently. He was good in the first half. Cotton finds a little bit of room because the Jayhawk went for the steal animation, and that kind of stunned him a little bit, freezing him up. Buckles with the ball. Looking for a 3-point play over there for Chaney. Chaney kicks it to Douglas. Douglas one-on-one here. Trying to get him to bite on the pump fake, but doesn't. Approaching 1 minute. Chaney getting it tipped. Blocked, excuse me. It's out of bounds. Last touch by BYU. Anthony. Oh, nice steal by Franklin. Franklin's got a 2-on-1 with a partner over on the right side. He doesn't go for it. Instead, he's going to take it all the way to the hole. He's going to get fouled on the layup. Oh, boy, oh, boy. They need this free throw. He gives it to him. 39-39. 5-point run for the BYU Cougars to pull them into a tie with the Kansas Jayhawks. BYU trying to give a little backcourt pressure. Buckles to Anthony. Anthony to Douglas. Douglas pump fakes. Finds Chaney. Chaney with the little alley-oop layup thing that you got going on. Got a nice make there. Even if the Cougar had gotten his hand on the ball, it would have absolutely been a goaltend here. They'll bring it back, try to set maybe some kind of screen. Working it back. Took a little longer to get up the floor, but that's okay. Cotton in the interior. Trying to drive around. He's going to go, oh, it's out of bounds. It's not a foul. 41 to go here. BYU needs to stop. You get about a 5-second difference between shot and game clock. Buckles on the inside, throws it over to Chaney. If I were Kansas, I would have taken that too. Oh, a 5-second violation. Oh my God. (41-39), 22 seconds. Lots of time for BYU to do something and to win. Win tries to fake it, gets it to the basket. Not a whole lot going on. Franklin off the left iron. Win has it, throws it away immediately. Oh, he did that spin throw and it doesn't work out. 8.2 remaining. 7.0. 2 more fouls. Put them on the line. 5.7. They are getting a lot of time off this clock with where they're throwing it. There's not a BYU body in sight. That one doesn't go. They didn't get get a rebound. You idiots. Morrison hit that 3. Oh my goodness, they're going to come up just a point short. was a great game. BYU's foul shooting and their defensive rebounding failed them right there at the end of the game. We'll go to Stat Central really quick. Back-to-back one-point finishes, though. School stats. BYU was 6 for 10 from the line. 6 for 10. That sucks. BYU almost taking out the number 2 ranked team in the country, but they come up just a point short. A little bit short time-wise as well. It took them so long to get to the 7 fouls, and Kansas did a good job of getting the ball to players who were able to hold on to it for a second instead of like 4/10. It adds up. 43-42 is your final score here. Kansas heading on to the Sweet 16, where they will meet Utah State in the next round. We have another game coming up. It'll be after a short break. And I will finally update you on the bracket standings, because I have not done that just yet. Oh, pardon me. I need to watch myself burp. Fascinating content here on twitch.tv/OnSourceRex. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Coming up next, we have Florida taking on Ball State. Gators, Cardinals coming up next here in just a couple of minutes. We're going to get you caught up on the brackets. We'll reload the page. Looks like it's actually the same order as it was earlier. Matt's predictions still in first with a score of 25. My brother, the Fart King, is in second with 22. It's a guessing game right behind with 21. Beebs picks in fourth with 20. And then Picosaurus, that's me, with 19. And then Go Cougs with 17, but only a score potential of 31. So there you have it. Still not too much separation between first and last. 8 points is only 4 games here in the second round, but does become more important in the next round. Either people can catch up pretty quickly, or Matt's predictions can extend their lead. They've been in first pretty much the whole time. It's been just a shuffling between the bottom 5 predictions. But there you go. That'll get you caught up on the brackets. We will continue in just a couple of minutes. Not for you, YouTube. It'll be a super quick cut. It'll be a jarring musical cut, and we'll be right back. But on YouTube, or on Twitter, Twitch, whatever the fuck channel this is, on Twitch, and we get just a couple of minutes, I'm going to hop up, stretch my legs, try to wake myself up a little bit. I feel like I'm very tired, but I'm going to do all of that good stuff. And we'll be right back in just a few minutes with Florida taking on Ball State as the final 4 games of the round of 32 are played. We got a couple more hours of basketball action, so hopefully you are excited, and we'll see you in just a few. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to part number 6 of March Mascot Madness, number 3. We have 4 more games for you today. About 2 more hours of content, so sit back and relax. Hopefully you're having a good time. I'm having a good time, even if I, for some reason, hit a wall in game number 2 where I was like, I'm really tired all of a sudden. I'm very tired. I think I slept very well last night, but that's okay. It's not an excuse. We're going to give it our full best energy here for the next 2 hours, the next 4 games. My fingers did not know what number I was going to say. We have Florida. We have Ball State in our next matchup of the round of 32. We're all caught up on the brackets, so we don't have to worry about that. And we'll, just jump right on into this game. Oh my goodness, the hiccups. We are going to Muncie, Indiana for this game. Florida having to go on the road. They'll have to stay on the road in the next game, in the Sweet 16, should they win this game. And I didn't realize that we have back-to-back games with the top 2 teams. Number 2 team survived a bit of a scare. What does Florida have for us in this one. So welcome to Indiana and Ball State as the Cardinals lose the tip-off. The Gators and Howard control the first possession. Bowen, he's got a 3 already. 3-0. Haven't had much of a blowout in this one. We had the game get a little, get away from Minnesota. Perry drive it inside, just couldn't quite get that shot. I don't like seeing them drive into the defender. I'd like it if they just stopped and popped the shot. They just can't get quite enough mustard on any of these to drop short on all of them. But we had, let's see, 1-point victories over the last couple of games. Dayton Syracuse. Dayton just made mind-boggling decision there. But last 2 games have been 1-point finishes. Perry. And Ware now with the ball. He has the 3-point specialty sticker next to his name. Perry's got the ball. They are now a minute without a basket. That'll finally drop. Not that that's a terribly long time, but when you're playing a big, powerful team like the Florida Gators, who are really good in this era, especially 04, 05, 05, 06. They won like back-to-back titles. Out of bounds, Ball State ball. So that's a good sign for them. You gotta stay close. 5-2 here in the early stages. So who else do we have going on today? We have Marquette and Iowa State. We have Georgetown, North Carolina, UConn, and Ohio State. Wrapping up the whole ding-dang thing today, at least. There's a 2 for the Florida Gators. Omens bounce pass to Perry. Perry, he'll take a step inside. That's actually a 3. I heard the crowd shout it as I was saying that other sentence. It is 7-7. We have that wonderful thing that happens. Gives you an opportunity at 16 seconds before anything happens on this. It's a good opportunity for me to take a water break. Florida comes away with a 2, and they regain the lead, 9-7. Ball gets popped away. Omens driving inside. Myers finds it. He doesn't play for Ball State. He plays for Florida. And the Gator, he'd defensively foul and go have a word with the much taller Ball State Cardinal. Myers puts the Gators on a run. 4-point lead here for the Florida Gators. There's a nice 3 from Ware to cut into the lead and cut it down to 1. Curious to see how Ball State is going to handle this number 1 ranked team. I feel like they're going to need to live by the 3, die by the 3. That's kind of my gut reaction. They're shooting it well for now. Just kind of trying to keep themselves inside. But also, mistakes like that definitely have helped. They've had an out of bounds previously. Florida State threw it off the back of the backboard. They had that play where it's just dribbled out of bounds. And Florida's going to switch into a little more aggressive style of defense. Perry's going to find a little bit of a lane. Don't like that he went into the double team, had a player right behind him. A little hook shot made a little more sense, I guess, but just kick it back. Your buddy's hanging out. Give him a shot to shoot it, you know? Ball State has the lead. Well, they had the lead. For a brief moment, it was 12-11. Florida missed that 3, and just Ball State just couldn't come away with the ball. Florida looks like they're just working with a zone defense here because their players are more spread out even than the Ball State players are. Most of the Cardinals were on the right-hand side of the court. The Florida players were pretty well spread out. Just kind of stand and then rally to the ball if you need to. Blanchard, spin move inside through two defenders. Gets it to go 15-14. Back and forth game we have here through the first 5 minutes of the first half. That's what you like to see. You don't want to see the big powerful teams overpower too much. Omens with a beautiful alley-oop there, and they will have the lead halfway through the first. Blanchard finds a little bit of room, gets his own miss, I believe, and puts that back. Florida right back on top. Florida's biggest lead is 4. Ball State's biggest lead 1. It is going back and forth here, trading twos. They're rotating a 1-point lead between the two of them. There's Blanchard with a nice dunk, 19-18. As both teams warming up here from the floor. Holcomb. Oh, for the first time in a while, Ball State not able to get points on their trip down the floor. Myers. Going to get fouled to go to the line for 2. The first shot is up. The first shot is good. 20-18. Second one's missed. Ball State comes away with the rebound. 3-on-3 here. Good to just pull back, wait for everybody. See if we can get a little reset. Perry driving to the right side. Finds room, gets the gator out of the way, and bam, tie game, 20-20. Myers isn't really thinking about taking the 3, just instead thinks about trying to drive it inside. Not a lot of room for him, so he'll bounce pass it in. I believe that was Fletcher. And it's a 2-point lead. (22-22). Off the iron, no good. Ball State opportunity to get the lead here, and it would be their biggest lead of the game at 2 points. And that is exactly what they do, but it's a surprisingly competitive game here. Which is good because it makes it go nice and quick. Instead, if one team leading by 10, 12 points early on, you go, oh God, we have 16 more minutes of this? Instead, we have hopefully 13 more minutes of thrilling basketball. We do know what the first matchup in the Sweet 16 is going to be, and it might be the least appealing matchup that you can have. It is Kentucky and Louisville. The reason that is so unappealing is because Kentucky and Louisville both run full court presses, and those are super boring to watch. So watching two teams do it in the same game sounds atrocious. We also have Tennessee, Texas Tech, Boston College in Arizona, and then Georgia Tech and Alabama from yesterday's matchups. If that is a spoiler and you have not caught up, I apologize. Alabama and Syracuse are the big teams that are still in. I forgot to check and see if either of these teams were important. Georgetown is the other team that is in the Sweet 16 that is important. So we have some championship picks. Oh, I'm sorry. Georgetown plays later today. My apologies. Did I get them confused with someone the other day? Maybe I just mentioned it yesterday and I'm kind of confusing myself. We do have Florida as a Final Four pick here, so it is important to one person. Ball State, no. Ohio State is another team of interest. Obviously Georgetown, but I don't see any North Carolina or Marquette, Iowa State now. Could have a big game in the Sweet 16 if Georgetown and Ohio State both win their games later on today. Could have a big finale to the Sweet 16 as far as the bracket stuff is concerned. But that is for another day, or at least later today, tomorrow. Thursday on Twitch, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Saturday, 6 a.m. Pacific time. You know the drill. Every Friday and Saturday in March on YouTube. Every Thursday and Friday on Twitch. Every Saturday and Sunday on YouTube. There's a nice dunk. That'll give Ball State its largest lead of the game. 29-26, 19 seconds to go here. Ball State did not win the tip-off, so they will get the possession in the second half. Fletcher inside. Throws it up and in. So 29-28. Ball State making the questionable decision there. I don't like when teams do that. They throw it down the floor. It often means that it's a player like a center that's not going to be shooting a three. And too often it misses like that. Blanchard blocked. That shot does not count because it was well past the buzzer. But Ball State will take a 1-point lead into half. And there will be 10 more minutes to sort this one out. So we have a 29-28 game. Perry stripped out of bounds. Just couldn't corral it inbound. So fresh shot clock here for the Ball State Cardinals. Perry goes over to Omens. Omens loses the ball. Florida right on top of it. Fletcher. Well defended. Good get back defense by the Ball State Cardinals as they don't let Florida get out on an easy 2-point fast break. And excellent defense down low to force multiple misses from the Florida Gators. They set a little bit of a high screen. That's an excellent block. Howard comes away with a loose ball. Bounce pass forward to Myers. Myers running around down low. Pushes Florida in front, 30-29. Gators seeing a fight here in the second round. There's Ware for a nice three to put Ball State back in control. Into Blanchard. Blanchard, quick shot. Quick release, I should say. 32-32, 8:45 to go here, second half. It's been a good day of games so far. Talked about that a little bit earlier. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Holcomb jams at home. And it is 34-32. I was a little worried when this game started, just based on the ranking, that Florida would kind of run away with this one. But the last round taught me, or the last game, taught me anything. It's that these smaller schools can take the highly ranked teams to the limit. We have seen a lot of upsets in this. We saw LSU lose to Georgia. Phew. Tommy Steens. We saw Memphis go down early. They were number 14 or 15. We've seen number 4 Arizona just demolish Pittsburgh. It just wasn't even close. Banks up and in through the contact, gets its drop. Howard calling the play. Myers into Blanchard. Blanchard backing it down. So about 4 Cardinals in the paint here. Myers kicks to Howard. Howard, that's a wide open 3. 1-point lead Florida. 2.5 gone here in the second half. That's a nice little shot by Ball State there. And there's a 3 from Florida. Put them back in the lead by 2, 40-38. Ball State not really having to do at all what I thought they would have to do, which I thought they'd have to shoot very well from the three-point range to kind of keep themselves close so that they could make up multiple possessions in one shot. You know, at least if Florida scores back-to-back twos, there's another 3 from Florida. That's a nice shot. I'm not really sure what the Ball State defender was doing there. He just kind of peeled off the play for no reason whatsoever. Banks kind of driving inside a little bit. Got caught in that odd spot. Throw it back inside to Banks again. He'll lay it off the glass and good. Or just lay it up. Don't know if it really touched glass. Not really important. The important part is that it fell through the nylon. And they win by, or they're only down by 1. I don't know what in the world's going on with my brain. I cannot put things together. Howard driving. That's going to be out of bounds. Nice defense there by Ball State to not get the foul. Force the Florida shooter out of the playing area. Throw it into the ball back of the backboard and just, that works. That's out of bounds. Perry driving inside. Out to Owens. Ware. Don't feel like I've called his name very often. That's a good time to call it though, as Ware just jams it. I was going to point it out because he does have the 3-point specialty sticker next to his name. Maybe be a good person to get hot here in the second half. Myers. Good rotation defense by Ball State. Bad defense by Ball State. .45-44 is our score. So we approach the halfway point of the second half. Holcomb bullying down the Florida Gator. We have a 1-point game. 5 minutes to go. Bowen's going to miss that 3. And Perry's going to work forward with the ball. Nothing for him there. Oh, nice steal there by, I believe that's Fuller. That's a nice play up and in for the Florida Gators off the steal. Well done on their part. Another kind of weird float pass inside. Kicks to the top. Perry. Banks off the iron. No good. Defensive foul. Florida ball. Samuel, I believe is the name there, coming in for a Ball State player. Ball State can't really afford to fall apart now. They've done such a good job through the first 15 plus minutes of staying in this game, but they are kind of teetering on the edge of collapse, it feels. That's a nice play inside. Easy find. It's a nice play inside. Good defense by Ball State. Not that I'm necessarily like rooting for them at all. I just, root for a good game. That's off the left iron, no good. Banks gets the rebound. That's again off the left iron. Ware gets blocked. Banks finally gets the ball. Finally just puts it forcefully down the nylon. Nice slam and jammer there. Howard, all kinds of room in the lane. Excellent pick and roll. Little screen, high screen there. Trying to get. That's not a great play if you're a Ball State. That is immediately you're putting yourself into a mismatch. Ware driving inside. A little hook shot, but they just couldn't get enough on it. We saw Florida kind of in that same position earlier. Blanchard, nice jam. The clock continues to run. Florida, though, was able to convert that shot. Ball State was not. They almost lost the ball there. Omens comes up with it. Perry now with it. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Ware trying to drive inside, and that was just an excellent defensive play by Florida. They keep trying to go to that, Ball State does, and they force themselves into mismatches that just don't work at all. And the player, for some reason, thinks that they have the advantage, and the Florida player is just so much taller. That's an easy block. Samuel, that's a defensive foul. That was going to be an offensive foul. Fletcher going to pick up his second one. First team foul. 2 minutes to go here, second half. Ware pump fakes again. I got the defense to give him a little bit of room, but nothing going there. Omens again. There's the three-pointer. No go. Howard on the fast break, 2-on-1. Myers, good defense by Ball State. The ball does drop. But I liked what I saw there. They at least made it a little more difficult. 5-point game. Ware got stuffed again. He keeps trying to go to that interior, and Florida's defense is just too good. There's another good defensive play by Ball State. They've been getting some blocks. They've been getting some possession changes from Florida, forcing some missed shots out of bounds, all that stuff. Don't foul. Don't foul. Don't foul. 3. Oh, no. If you're Ball State, yeah, you just live with it. That was really good defense. They just couldn't close it out. No reason for Ball State to throw it all the way down the floor. They're down 8. This is the largest lead of the game. They just tried to go inside too many times. There's a 3 off balance. I think they just ran out of gas. I just don't think they quite had enough in their tanks to get this win. That's a great game from Ball State. State stuck around. It's going to look like a 10-point victory, but the game was closer than that score would indicate. Ball State did a tremendous job at making sure that they were competitive in this game. They ran out of gas. They went too many times inside to really bad mismatches. Florida's probably going to try and put this one away. Blanchard, they give him a backcourt violation there right at the end. But they kept trying to pass the ball to Ware on the interior, and it just never worked. 60-50. Samuel will get some points there at the very end to pad his stats a little bit, but this one is over, folks. Florida is moving on. Get the score ready. Congratulations to Ball State on a very good game. Florida just a little too powerful. They will end up winning by 8. Again, that looks like it was a pretty decisive victory. It wasn't. It was close throughout. Florida. So that was a little bit of a scare. They will move on to the Sweet 16. So they will face the winner of Marquette or Iowa State in the Battle of the Birds. Coming up next, as we wind down part number 6 here. Here we go. Number 13, Marquette, taking on the Iowa State Cyclones. Battle of the Birds, the Golden Eagles, Marquette. I confused for some reason with Georgetown, so they are not even close. I don't think either of these teams are particularly important as far as the bracket stuff is concerned. They definitely are not. So, we'll hopefully just enjoy a good basketball game. It's been a fantastic day of games so far. Hopefully this one will be just as good. Some very narrow one-point victories between teams. A couple of teams that stuck around a lot longer than you probably would have thought they would have. Just ran out of a little bit of gas. But here we go. Game number 6 on the day. And Marquette, the Golden Eagles, are winning the tip here. Ferguson loses the ball almost immediately. Mead's going to get the shot up but not make it. They're going to fire that very far up the floor. Manning to Valentine. Valentine up and in for 2. Iowa State quickly leading this one. It's 2-0. Shot no good. Samuel again coming up with a rebound. I believe he had an offensive rebound on the previous possession as well. Marquette off to a little bit of a slow start here. Nielsen steals the ball away as Manning runs forward. Valentine fading to his left, or falling to his left, whatever you would like to say. Quickly gets Iowa State out to a 4-0 lead here. Kind of right into their pressure defense. Ferguson bounce pass to Pitts. Pitts for 3. That'll put Marquette on the board and cut the lead down to 1. Finally getting a shot up and in a minute into this game. .840 remaining here. 6-3. Double up score. Off the side of the backboard. Samuel again, I believe, coming up with a rebound. Ayers got another offensive rebound. Marquette doing a really good job. They probably have more offensive rebounds at this point than they do actual points. It looked like it was going to be a turnover, but I guess his foot was on the line as he touched the ball. Oh, that's what you need, Marquette. Still early for the Golden Eagles here as Manning driving inside. Throws to Valentine. Valentine trying to find a little bit of room, but nothing doing there. Ayers gets blocked deep in the paint there. Manning bounce pass to Downey. A little bit of a sloppy start here. A lot of missed shots through the first couple of minutes. Ferguson losing the ball. Samuel coming up with it again. Ferguson, one of the smaller players on the court, just getting stuffed. And yet again, just running out of bounds with the ball. Not necessarily in this specific game, but we have seen some weirdness as far as that is concerned. And then Marquette will go ahead and just throw it away and give the ball right back to Iowa State. And the ugly start for the Golden Eagles continues. 3 points through the first almost 3 minutes. More offensive rebounds than points. Pitts finally comes away with the basketball. Fires it to Mead. Spin move. No reason. Ayers off the side of the backboard. There's another probable offensive rebound. Out of bounds. Iowa State ball. He just kind of fell into that. That should have been Marquette ball. Well, I guess if it just, never mind. If it just touched the side of the backboard and then it's a nice jam by Iowa State, 10-3. Mead to Samuel. Samuel kind of driving inside. Kicks it to Ferguson. Ferguson into Ayers. Ayers finally gets another basket to drop. Those baskets have been few and far between through the first 4 minutes. Not that Iowa State's playing much better, but it does seem like because of the offensive rebounds, Marquette has definitely looked a lot worse on the floor. They could have the same number of possessions and Marquette would have like double the misses. They keep getting offensive rebounds, which is good. They just can't put them away. Ferguson on the inside there. Now they're starting to feel it. Starting to get on a little bit of a roll here. Downey did not take that shot. Instead ran inside. Valentine to Barker. Barker spinning around. Floating it up and in. Defensive foul. He's getting an opportunity for a +1 from the free throw line. It's just as soon as this celebration animation is done. Pitt's picking up the first team foul for the Golden Eagles. The free throw is missed, so we have a touchdown game here, 14-7. Mead for 3. Off the left iron, no good. Ayers up and in. So that'll slice into the lead a little bit. Get them to 5. I believe 7 points has been the max lead for Iowa State. I believe it was 10-3 and then 14-7. Handing to Valentine. Valentine up and in. Pushes the lead back to 7. I think BYU had a pretty big lead earlier. I don't know where in the world that Cyclone came from. Used a special move there. Pitt's driving inside, bullying that other bird out of the way for the basketball. Just could not get good positioning, or good enough positioning rather, to put the ball in the hoop. Instead, it's another missed shot for Marquette. Another opportunity for Iowa State to extend this lead. That's not going to do it. Samuel will come away with the rebound. He's been all over the boards in this one. Ferguson, nice move there to Mead. Two of the shorter players we've seen in this tournament on the same team, the Golden Eagles here. Bounce pass to Barker. Back out to Manning. Manning trying to find a little bit of room, but nothing doing. Downey in the corner, looking for something. Marquette's defense doing a good job. Eating into that shot clock a lot and then coming away with a turnover. Hard to argue that result. You just got to turn it into points on the other side of the floor, and that is not something they are doing. Iowa State bullying the bird on the other side. You got a wide open guy in the corner. Didn't go for him. Manning's just kind of wandering around the perimeter here. Nielsen, one of the two. It gets dunked. Doubled the score again. 9-point lead. Biggest of the game. There's a nice shot for Marquette. We have, one of those slow burn games, kind of like we saw with the BYU Kansas game. Getting deep into the first half and just barely, not even breaking 20 points a team yet. Ferguson fires away a 3. It looks bad at the start, but had a little bit of a pull to it. Got a nice drain to slice the lead down to 4. 5-0 run for Marquette has put them within 2 possessions. Valentine looking for something. Can't find it. Barker. He'll slam it home. And then they'll force him out of bounds. Nice play by Iowa State defensively. Lead was 9, then it was 4, now it's 6. Stepped out of bounds. He was right there. Was looking so good. Ayers driving inside. Smashing it home. And it's 20-16. Downey. It's a nice offensive move there. 22-16, under 2 to go. 6-point lead. Iowa State's doing a good job of not letting Marquette get too close. They ballooned that lead to 5. 4 is about, or 9. What? The lead was 9 at one point. It's gotten as close as 4, but Iowa State's done a good job at responding, trying to push it back out to the closer to double digit side of things. Ferguson and his squad are doing what they can to cut into this lead here in the next 124. That's a beautiful jam there. Iowa State should get the ball here at the beginning of the second half. Maybe if they're quick, go 2 for 1. Not exactly sure that's what they were thinking, but it'll work. The Cyclones playing well at home here. (26-20). Off the left, right irons. Pardon me, no good. Off the right iron again, no good. Off the right iron, no good. Just a mess. Could have been a 7-point lead. Could have been an 8-point lead. Instead, it just remains a 6-point lead. Iowa State now working with under a minute. They'll have some time here on the clock. They could still go 2 for 1 if they're really quick. Valentine backing them down. That's a nice block. Barker, I'm still not exactly sure what the last name is. He'll give him an opportunity here for a little bit of a 2-and-1. It's going to be tight. About a 4-second difference between shot and game clock, maybe even less than that. Iowa State doing a good job. Almost got the steal there. Got that lead back to 8. 15 seconds and counting. Don't know why they went for that shot. It's a terrible, terrible play. They had so much time. So much time. And now Marquette gets the ball with plenty of time. And they get it on their end of the floor. Mead floating it up, nothing doing. Samuel, he is all over. That was such a bad shot, it didn't even waste all of the clock. Samuel missed it. Don't think it would have counted it even if it was good, but it's not good, so we don't have to worry about it. 6-point game here. Iowa State in control. Been in control the entire time. Lead's been as many as 9. I believe it is Nielsen. There's an I in there. Downey driving in the lane. Finds a little spot in the paint that he likes and puts up a shot. No good, but you like the open look. Marquette doing a good job sticking around in this one. They haven't let the balloon. They have not let the lead balloon too much. There's a nice 2. Nielsen. He'll get the offensive rebound, put it back up. And bing, bang, boom. 30-24. There's a bounce pass to Pitts. Pitts for 3 way downtown. Looked like he had lined up that shot and then just there was a weird collision that pushed him back. We saw that in an earlier game today. Manning on the inside. Another nice feed into the middle, and that'll push the lead back out to 8. Iowa State working with minor full court pressure here. Ayers off the left iron, no good. Samuel coming away with the offensive rebound, but still can't make it. So themes brewing here in this particular tournament game. Nielsen inside to Baker, Barger. Not 100% sure what that is. They've been scoring so efficiently that their names have been disappearing before I can get them read correctly. Ferguson to Pitts. Pitts fires the straightaway 3. The lead was 11, and now it is 8. So that's the biggest lead that we've seen. Iowa State with an 11-point lead. Defensive foul. Iowa State will maintain possession. That was a 4 on the foul, so No shots. Nice steal, though, by the Marquette Golden Eagles. Working with Weed, kind of looking for that high screen. Surprised he went with that shot. He was right in the face of a defender. Manning. Valentine. Kicks into Manning. Manning. And yet again. Iowa State. That's how you know how you're playing super well, is that you're making shots and getting those three-point opportunities. Meade picked up his second foul. Second team foul. Problem is that Iowa State can't really make the free throws to help themselves get a bigger lead. That's okay, though. Ferguson in the corner. Meade to Ferguson. Nice steal there by Downey. Passes forward to Valentine. Valentine. Nice little alley layup there. Lead is 12. One of the biggest leads we've seen all day. It happens to be a heck of an upset here, as the 13th ranked Marquette University Golden Eagles are way behind here against the Iowa State Cyclones. Meade spinning around trying to get some kind of distance. Instead just drives into a double team. Ayers driving around the outside. That's a nice flying jam right there. Plenty of time here. Marquette got to pick it up a little bit on defense. You got to get some offensive firepower going. That's step one. Good defense there. Pitts firing forward. Excellent jam. Valentine for two, no good. Barker, Baker, Barker, Baker, Baker, Barker. It is Barker. Second personal foul, for Samuel. 13 foul. Lead is right back up to 11. Just when you thought maybe Marquette was starting to gain a little bit of momentum, Iowa State shuts it down. That's something the Cyclones have been very good about the entire game, is anytime Marquette's getting a little bit of a run, Iowa State responds. They shut it down. They push the lead back out. They don't let them get too close. As many as 12, as few as 4. And now it is 9. Manning bounce pass to Downey. Downey, couple steps inside for the shot. Misses. Marquette's opportunity here to cut in a little bit closer. They'll try to make it 7, but they can't. The shot is just errant. Kicks over to Manning. Manning kind of working around a little bit. Oh, nice steal there by Ferguson, who bounce passes to Meade. Meade with a nice jam there. That'll cut the lead down to 7, and we're working with 5 minutes to go. It's a 3 for Downey, but he couldn't get it to go. Took that step and liked that shot, but just a little too much mustard on it. You wonder if he just stood still, just took it right where he got it, if that's what makes it. Meade, there's a shot from Marquette. That doesn't go. Marquette, if you're going to try and make this comeback, you got to take advantage of these Iowa State misses. They haven't been missing too frequently. However, steals like that definitely are helpful. Ferguson bringing the ball forward. 4:20, blaze it here in the second half. We're running that player around. Meade, that's a deep 2. Off the back iron, no good. They're getting good looks. They just can't get anything to drop. They had so many offensive rebounds, especially in that first half, and none of them were going back in. There's a shot for Downey. 43-34. 3:49 is plenty of time to get back in this game for the Iowa State, or for the Marquette Golden Eagles, rather. That's not going to help a miss like that. Downey forward to Manning. Valentine, that's a three. That's going to splash it home. That'll put it back out to the biggest lead it's been a whole day at 12. Iowa State came out firing, and they have just clobbered this top 15 ranked team all game long. There's a big three from the Golden Eagles, and that's been a lot of what it's been. Offensive rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, and neither of them go in. Wow. Downey can't get it. Not surprisingly, he doesn't make the shot to get the three-point opportunity. Can't even make that shot either. We're going to push it out to 13. There's a nice shot to score at home. 47-34, under 3 to go. This one might be all done, folks. Three makes things a little more interesting. Just, is it too little, too late? We can get this down to 6 maybe in the next 6 or 5 in the next minute or two. Iowa State should not be in a rush here. They should be burning the next 20 seconds unless they have an absolutely fantastic shot. That, I guess, would qualify as a fantastic shot. Nice move there. There's a steal. Passes forward. Manning trying to dance between the two defenders. Pulls back. 26 seconds on the shot clock. 2:05 to go here in the game. Valentine for 3 from the corner. That did not look good. Looked a little weak, and that is exactly what it was. 156. There's a nice steal. Marquette tried to get themselves back into this game. They kind of thought about it. They closed the gap to 10. They've turned the ball over a couple of times on the offensive end, and this one's Iowa State. Iowa State all the way. Under a minute to go here. 16-point lead for the Cyclones. Five-second violation. Not much of a reason to keep piling on here. 14-point game. Point game. 53-40. The final seconds will bleed off this clock. Bit of a surprising finish here. Figured Marquette would make a little bit more of a run at it, but that is just not how it went today. Iowa State moving on to the Sweet 16 with a 13-point victory, 53-40. Had a momentary moment of panic where I thought I did it wrong, but I didn't. Marquette, let's take a look at your offensive rebounds. Can you look at the offensive rebounds? Offensive rebounds, 8. Defensive rebounds, 11. Second 3, first 5. Okay. Maybe it just doesn't count as many. They had a lot of second chance opportunities there, especially in the first half, and Marquette just could not put the ball in the hole to help themselves. We are going to finish off this this episode, this part, with 2 more games, and they're actually both very big. We have a Final Four pick in one of them, and we have a champion pick in the other. The first one has the champion pick, and that champion pick is the Georgetown Hoyas. Oh, there they are, right there, the literal first one. And they are taking on the perennial blue blood, the North Carolina Tar Heels. So another top 10 matchup that we get to watch here. Georgetown is not only a champion pick, but it is a champion pick for the bracket that has been in the number 1 position the entire time. So this could be big, could be important. We'll get this one going here. We're going to, I believe it's Chapel Hill, North Carolina. North Carolina has not been particularly good in the Mascot Tournament. I don't think they've really made it past the round of 32 before. It seemed like they're pretty quick outs. But we'll see what happens in this one as they take on a fellow top 10 opponent. I did not write Carolina very well. I will completely admit to that. Georgetown with the first tip, or first possession here. And North Carolina will come away with the steal. Warner with the ball. Throws it over. Tries to get to that corner player, but Padgett comes up with the nice defensive play, but they can't finish it. So some turnovers here early for both teams, and an inability to finish at the rim, which is unfortunate for the Georgetown Hoyas, considering that they had actually pretty nice defensive play there. It's going to lead to a foul and free throws. 1-0. The score here. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen that. We've eliminated some of the weak teams that are just like, yeah, we're going to foul all the time. 2-0 now, North Carolina. Crawford almost threw that ball back court. North Carolina, of course, almost got the ball away from him in the first place. Crawford kind of looking for some room here. They're trying to run that three-point shot around on both sides and just hope that one of the two is open. Not a whole lot going on there. Crawford inside. Nice play to flip it up back behind him and drop it. Drop it in. 2-2 here. 8:44 remaining first half. This is game number 7. We head into Columbus, Ohio after this one, with a Final Four pick in Ohio State hosting the UConn Huskies. Crawford in the corner. Getting kind of close to flirting with the baseline bandit, kind of doing spin moves there. 8:18. Slow-paced game here to start. Another loose ball that's picked up by the offensive player. Fulton, drive it inside, kicks to Suber. Suber for 3 off the left iron, no good. Georgetown comes away with the rebound. Goes over to Crawford. Miller throws to Paget. Paget trying to drive inside. He'll take a three. No good off that right iron. Neither team particularly comfortable here in the early going. Suber trying to drive inside. Backs out. Not much going on there. Hollins looking for some room, but the Georgetown defender is there to take care of it. Almost 20 seconds gone here on this possession for the Tar Heels. Sheffield picks up the loose ball, kicks to Fulton. Fulton, that's a deep three. That gets splashed home. And Georgetown down 3. Guess I should have just said North Carolina up 3. Miller. Not a whole lot to commentate. He just dribbled the ball a bunch. There's that deep three from Georgetown. No good for them. Fulton, nice jam home. The 4-4 tie is now 9-4 in favor of the North Carolina Tar Heels, who lead through the first 3.5 minutes of this slow-paced basketball game. Miller working on the outside. Again, just kind of locked up in that weird spot. Almost a 5-second violation. Floats it into the middle. Paget, severe mismatch in favor of North Carolina. Paget smartly kicks it away from him. Miller with a nice move to drive into the lane. Doesn't have a whole lot of room though. Paget's going to have to take a super deep three. And that is a much better defense than offense for the Carolina Tar Heels, North Carolina Tar Heels. That is. Stiff competition between these two. They have to meet so early in this tournament. There's Paget again shooting the three. Miller can't get the offensive rebound put back. And this is just not good basketball by either one of these teams. That'll be thrown really far forward. Miller doing something. Throwing to Crawford. Crawford back to Paget. Paget looking for something, anything. It's a 7-0 run here for the North Carolina Tar Heels. Might even be more. Finally, Georgetown stops the bleeding. They finally pick up a field goal as well. A lot of finallys happening here for the Hoyas, who again champion pick. Fulton's going to get fouled. I believe this is going to be 3 shots for the North Carolina Tar Heels. Postel is going to pick up his first personal foul. North Carolina rewarding them with a miss. Fulton has 9 points of the 11. Make that 10 of the 12. And make that 10 of the 12. 1 for 3 from the free throw line, so actually not the worst foul in the world. 6-point game. We are under 5 minutes to go in the first half, and we are looking at a 12-6 basketball game. Georgetown's really been sucking up this clock. Neither team has looked particularly good from the field. Suber finds a nice open lane there. We might see another high-ranked team run a lower-ranked team out of the gym. We saw that with Pittsburgh and Arizona. Arizona was all over the Panthers from the get-go. That's a nice pass inside. Paget's going to get fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Fulton picks up his first. Paget makes the first free throw. And the second one as well. So 14-8, 6-point game, 4:14 remaining here in the first half. How was that like nearly 6 minutes? Inside, Holland pump fakes, drives inside, somehow gets through 2 defenders to get that to at least kiss the rim. Paget looked inside but didn't like what he saw. And stripped. Georgetown ball out of bounds. And then he spun out of bounds, and the baseline bandit snatches another possession away from an offensive team. 14-8. There's a three for North Carolina. They are on a run. It is 17-8. Not looking good for Georgetown. We saw this happen in the last part where two teams could have met in the Sweet 16. It would have been very interesting to watch. Meant a lot to the bracket challenge. And then one of them just laid an egg. That team was Gonzaga. It was a nice little play by Georgetown to get them to double digits in points and 7 points behind. Super working with some fancy moves here. Kick to Fulton. That is not what you want to see if you are a Georgetown Hoyas fan. Absolute beauty on the North Carolina offensive end. That ball got stripped. Suber, comes up with it. Warner has the ball. Back to Suber. Suber delays the shot just long enough to at least not have it stuffed right back in his face, but it was not a great shot. Sheffield this time coming away with a steal for the North Carolina Tar Heels. Suber trying to flip it up and make it, but can't. He gets the offensive rebound, puts it back in. We have a 12-point game for the North Carolina Tar Heels. Georgetown might be in real danger of not being even able to score 20 points. They're a very slow-paced team, from what I can tell. They keep turning the ball over. I believe that's 3 straight possessions with a turnover. Sheffield is going to push this to a 2-touchdown lead. And Georgetown's going to have to burn a timeout just to hopefully stop the momentum in some form or fashion of the North Carolina Tar Heels. (26-12). Okay, so they might not be in the most dangerous position to be the lowest scoring team in the tournament of all time. That's going to take something truly miraculous to see another team somehow manage to score less than 19 points. But 12 points through the first 9 minutes is terrible. North Carolina has found their groove here, and Georgetown just seems befuddled by everything that they are doing. They can barely keep this within a 2-touchdown game. It's at 16 points. As of just a couple of moments ago, Suber's going to drive inside. That's a nice loose ball recovery there by Georgetown. All this does is set up for an even more incredible finale in the second half. Paget working around the outside. Ball almost stolen yet again. It was ripped to Miller on the left side. Find Crawford. Over to Miller. Miller back to Crawford. Back outside to Postel. Postel loses the ball. That was either going to be a 35-second violation or a steal. He just threw that up there. 16-point game. Stolen yet again. And Georgetown. Paget. I don't know why he threw the ball back. There's only 3.9 to go. It's a half-court shot. No good. We have a 16-point game here at the half. It's been mostly a good day of basketball. This one, not so much, even remotely close at all. It was a slow start. North Carolina picked up. Georgetown did not. We are looking at a 30-14 halftime score. An offensive rebound puts North Carolina up 18 points. And we might just be watching the clock bleed out on this one. I'll be curious to see what Ohio State does in the next game, because they just played a completely inept Stanford Cardinal team that just didn't really seem to want to play. That's a nice defensive play, defensive recovery at least for the Georgetown Hoyas here. Crawford, got to kick that ball to the left, man. Got to kick it way earlier. Had a little bit of a step, but just nothing doing. There's a three. No good. Paget to the left to Crawford. Crawford back to Paget. Paget off the right iron. No good. Hollins makes it a 20-point game. The lead is bigger than the number of points that Georgetown even has. And the route is on. So earlier this week I posted, I checked out RBI Baseball 21. It's a bad game. It's like very not good. The gameplay is like broken, the defensive stuff. I had a home run robbed that should not have been robbed, like not even close to robbed. But I put that video up, and I guess that maybe there's just not like a lot of content for it, but look at it, 66 views, which is pretty cool. And that's the way, kind of the weird thing about like the YouTube stuff. Like it's always these weird random videos that get views and like are doing very well. It's like, oh, here's Men in Black Alien Crisis full playthrough that has like 1,000 views. Why are people watching that? And of course, Crayola Scoot continues to be the most viewed video on the channel with over 3,000 views. Getting close to having 1,000 view videos. Nicktoons MLB was another one that I just like randomly played and was like, oh yeah, that's getting a lot. Like, okay. Sometimes it kind of sucks because you're like, boy, I'd really like this like piece of content that I put like effort into and like I think is really cool to like do really well, and then it's just some random ass random weird game that you just happen to buy, or in the case of RBI Baseball, we're like weirdly excited for. Just the baseball mood. It's too bad that game is as bad as it is. I keep checking on it, like I keep waiting for like some kind of day one patch or something like to make it better, but yikes, it's bad. We are stuck in a dull game here. 40 to 18, 42 to 18. My goodness. Did they even? Okay. 42-20. About halfway through the second half here. Hopefully the finale game here is much more exciting. But Georgetown just got... It was 4-4. 4-4 in the first half of this game, and then Georgetown just got run out of the fucking building. It's a, what, 38-16 run. Just terrible. Terrible. Suber for three, just pouring it on, putting salt in the wound. 25-point game. Georgetown, by the way, has just barely beaten out Clemson, or Weber State, excuse me. Weber State for fewest points in tournament history. Only 4 minutes of misery to sit through here. Bum, 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 bum. That's like a whole separate thing. Interesting. I did not read that I wanted that. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh. The good news is, today, at least the back isn't hurting. Today it's the butt. The butt is fine. You know what I mean? Here you go. I've been sitting for a while. It's the butt and the shocking, almost complete exhaustion. 49-26. We have a 23-point game here. We've got a 25-point game. We can go in here and do this. Out of bounds. Yeah, just give them back the ball. And kind of keep track of the score here. I don't think North Carolina's really going to do anything over the next 2 minutes. Just kidding. They'll go to the line to shoot two. Shooting two. Whoops. I'm going to read an achievement list. Hello. Excuse me. There it is. Oh, May 14th. Interesting. Okay. Genesis, there's a bunch, by the way, there's a bunch of good games coming out this week. Especially if you're for Xbox Game Pass. Genesis Noir and Octopath Traveler being two of the highlights. I am very excited about it. I don't know how long Genesis Noir is, but I'm definitely going to play it. 55. 26. A champion pick is about to go down. Matt has been comfortable in the lead, the front runner for the near entirety of this tournament. 55-27, and Georgetown will face a just brutal defeat here in the second round. The hands of the North Carolina Tar Heels, who are 44 seconds away from advancing to the Sweet 16. And then we'll have their hands full with either, or whoever I guess is in the next round will have their hands full with North Carolina, and that'll either be Ohio State or Connecticut, which will be coming up next, and can't possibly be worse than this game, right? Why are you stopping the clock? Everyone would like to go now. We're done. We have been done. We would like to be done. 3 is no good. Little offensive rebound, put back. Gives them 29, which is the score we see pretty frequently in the first half of games. North Carolina's score is about what you see at the end of the second half. Georgetown is what you see at about the end of the first half. And those will be complete game scores for both teams, 55-29. Mercifully, this game is finally over. North Carolina 55-29. North Carolina is moving on, and that will do some big damage to Matt's bracket, as that was his champion pick. And that could make things interesting as we go into the round of the Sweet 16, and the points become a lot more important. Yeah, sometimes you just need one of your final 4 picks to get through. Maybe even like an Elite 8 or a Sweet 16 with a lot of damage to other brackets. But hopefully people still have good chunks of points to get and it's still competitive. Because we have had it where it's like, we're 3 rounds away from the end. Like the Sweet 16, it's like all wrapped up. You're like, ooh boy, that's not good. But we have one final game today here in part number 6. It is Connecticut, or UConn. They are Connecticut. I do not like spelling Connecticut, so I just go with UConn because I'm lazy and dumb. And they are taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Another top 25 matchup here. We got a 10 versus a 19. Whoever wins this gets a home game against North Carolina, and if you watch them do what they just did to Georgetown by just obliterating them out of the gym, you might be worried. But let's see what happens. Brutus, the Buckeye, down here on the bottom, is an important pick because he is a Final Four pick for one of the brackets. So we are going to go to Columbus, Ohio, where Ohio State will return home after beating up a bunch of trees who didn't really want to see or be in the tournament. I also forgot to write my note for the last game, which was just NC domination. I wrote domination in all caps. The tip is up. The tip is away. Has a home team won the tip all day? Seems like every time I have looked, it has been the away team with the first possession. UConn, in this case, is the away team. Therefore, they have the first possession. Doug Robinson is going to pick up his first foul. UConn will go to the line. Shoot a free throw, and it will be 1-2-0 as I try to find OBS. Really do not like the update that made every individual tab in Microsoft Bing an individual tab and an alt tab when you're trying to find stuff. Just needs to be one. That's a backcourt violation. Ohio State. Not off to a good start. The first 15 seconds they have had a foul, and they have turned the ball over. That's a backcourt violation. Interesting. UConn repays the favor. Nice steal there. Jarrett gonna get kind of a cheap foul there. I believe they fixed the rules recently. I don't know how recently, but I believe that's a clear path foul. I get a clear path to the basket. Out of bounds, Ohio State ball. An absolute mess here through the first 30 seconds. Maybe this is why the other game, felt like it was going so fast. The clock continued to move instead of what we have here, which is it continuing to stop. McDaniel, I don't know if Ohio State has even gotten a shot up. That is the third team foul. I don't know if UConn's even gotten a shot up. First free throw is missed. McDaniel at the line. He'll miss two. Ohio State, just hold on to the ball. Get a shot up. Get something good going here. Robinson trying to drive inside. Sharp, that's a nice find. Nice find, nice move. Nice basket, 2-2. In a slop fest filled first minute, we have a tie game where each team has made the equivalent of one basket. Oh my goodness. There's a three from UConn that is well short. Patterson comes up with the rebound. Sharp on the right side. Fires over to Robinson, who can't quite get it up over the rim. He'll fall short. Lane working around the outside. Kicks to McDaniel. McDaniel drive it inside to Jarrett. Duncan. Somehow that was not an offensive or a defensive foul. Just to let him play. There's a big three for Robinson. That's a deep shot. Ohio State 5. UConn 4. First lead of the game for Ohio State. See if these teams can get into a little bit more rhythm. Get the nerves out of their system. Freaking out in the first minute. Turn the ball over like mad lads and Buckeyes. That's a great defensive play there by UConn. Ball's going to go the other way. A lot of fast-paced breakaway opportunities here. Fast breaks. I threw myself by saying fast-paced, and I was like, do I use the word fast twice to describe the same situation? I was like, well, you could. Doesn't really matter. Bounce pass into Lott. Spinning around a bunch. Nice strip there by the UConn Huskies. Lane, Jarrett working 2-on-2 here. That ended up being 3-on-3 there at the end. But James Sharp is going to pick up his second personal foul. He'll almost assuredly sit here in just a moment. And that is the fourth team foul for the Ohio State Buckeyes already. Shades of Gonzaga. There's Sharp coming on out. Brunson is going to come in for him. No reason to pick up a third foul so early in the game. Probably don't even need to have two, honestly, at this point. And you certainly don't need to have whatever number of team fouls that the Ohio State Buckeyes have already racked up. Yet somehow they are still tied. UConn has not been particularly effective or efficient from the field. Obviously neither has Ohio State. As Lane gets inside, that's another foul by Ohio State. We'll see what number this is. We'll keep a super close eye on it. That is 5. 5 fouls, and we have played this game for 3 minutes and 17 seconds. That is gross. That is disgusting. Robinson spins inside, fires back out to McFadden after running into a double team. He kicks over to Brunson. Brunson into Robinson. Robinson gets into a double team, gets blocked. McFadden picks up the loose ball, passes to Robinson. Patterson Back to Robinson. Robinson with a nice jam. Beautiful stuff, kind of. Advantageous. Taking advantage of the blocked shot and the loose ball and making sure that that wasn't the end of the possession. That's advantageous Ohio State basketball right there. Jarrett for 3 for the UConn Huskies. Keeps taking those shots and not making them. Brunson. Get a lot of sons in this one. Peterson. Brunson. Robinson. Backcourt violation. Just a bonehead move there by the old UConn Huskies. So Ohio State will regain the possession of the ball. Patterson with the ball. He's pulsing. There's another 3. 15-9. With 5.5 to go. A little less than 5.5 to go. Ohio State finding their rhythm a bit here in this one. UConn still looking for it. Duncan got absolutely smothered. Just smashed. And they can't get the block on the other end. It was what, 7-7, 9-9 maybe? And Ohio State is just off to the races here. 17-9. McDaniel, a little mid-range too. UConn is just not feeling it from the floor in any which way. See what happens to Ohio State when you stop fouling every 10 seconds? You get an opportunity to get into a rhythm. Blow the lead out to 10. McDaniel inside, finally kind of putting a little bit of a stop to it. 19-9. 10-point lead for Ohio State, the biggest of the game. They're going to go for 11. No go. Down to 8. UConn can't go too quickly here. They need to make sure that they're getting good shots. They've not been particularly great from the perimeter. And that's a just vicious block from the Buckeye. They've been just so bad. None of their shots are getting close. All of them have been short. Devin Frank is going to pick up the first personal foul for the UConn Huskies. And what might be some kind of miracle, Ohio State has not fouled in a whole 2 minutes. Good for them. 2.5 minutes, actually. Jarrett with a nice move inside there. Oh, okay. Well, guess I jinxed him. 16 fouls. McFadden's going to pick up his first. 4:06 remaining here in the first half. For as many free throws opportunities as UConn has had, they certainly are not making enough of them. That is 0 for 2. Oh my goodness. There's a defensive foul on UConn. Maybe an and one opportunity here in just a moment. (22-11). Stolen away by Ohio State. Brunson to Patterson. Patterson, that's a 2 if it goes. No such luck. Duncan to Jarrett. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Lane looking for something to do. I don't think he's going to want to take that shot. Jarrett's been taking some mid-range to long-range shots, and then none of them have really been close. Finally kind of getting something going. Another defensive foul for Ohio State. That's McFadden's second. 7th team foul. We still have 3:26 remaining here in the first half. Any foul will put them on the line for a 1-and-1. And they are in the bonus. And it's just a mess for the Ohio State Buckeyes. You have multiple players in foul trouble already. Becomes less of an issue at halftime, but having 2 of your players pick up 2 fouls each is not good. There you go, UConn. Foulapalooza 2021 happening right now. This Ohio State Buckeyes team. That was a nice three from UConn. Good to see them stick with the deep shot and finally get one to go. I don't know why I said try. That's going to be a foul on UConn, who has quickly picked up 3 here in the last couple of minutes. 2:44 remaining here in the first half. Ohio State doing UConn a favor by missing a free throw. 23-15, 8-point game. I think UConn needs to be more aggressive inside. They forced a lot of fouls from the Ohio State Buckeyes. Brunson, that's going to be another foul. But they forced so many fouls from Ohio State that they are into their bench players. And maybe they tell them, like, okay, lay off a little bit. We're up 10. We don't need you viciously contesting every ball. We don't need you harshing every single time. We have to relax at some form or fashion, or we're going to foul out of this game. All of our players are. No one went for this ball. This is the most bizarre glitch I've ever seen. What is happening? So the ball is just bouncing. We're going to look at the 35-second shot clock violation because the game is broken. Okay. All right. 1:56 remaining first half of action. That's a nice block. Out of bounds, Ohio State ball. It's going to be Ohio State ball regardless. I like the effort, though, from the UConn Huskies to try and get the basketball. That's a good steal there. Jarrett is ahead of the pack. No pun intended, but it works well. 25-17. A couple of ugly games here to end what has actually been a pretty good day of basketball. Some very close finishes. I believe BYU blew like a 10-point lead over Kansas. It was pretty early, though. Jarrett driving in the lane. That's what you want to see. If you're UConn, keep driving in the lane. They don't want to give you any more free throws. They'll probably be a little bit, not lighter's not the right word, but they'll probably not be quite as aggressive just because of the free throw and or the foul situation. It seems like that's working. Just kind of desperately trying to, like, don't call me. Like, you can have the 2, just don't call me for the foul. Robinson for 3 for some reason. It was way too deep. 27 seconds. Shot clock is off. Rattles around and drops. 27-23. Might have kind of a game here. Ohio's been up by as many as 12. 10 for sure, maybe even 12. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That won't go at the break. 27-23 is the score. Ohio State is going to start with the ball. And I expect that some of their starting players will return, and maybe we'll start to see them pull away again. They had to go pretty deep into their bench. 2 of their players picked up 2 fouls each. So they had to go, not even the backup, but the backup, just in case. Holloway. It's a defensive foul, Connecticut ball. So, Ohio State right back on their stuff. Holloway's going to make the shot, the first one at least. They're bull dookie, as it were. Holloway, 2 for 2 from the line, 29-25. Fires it forward to Brunson. Brunson loses the ball. Dangerously close to midcourt. Almost got a backcourt violation. Robinson. Patterson. Patterson, Brunson. Brunson, Robinson. Good defense here by the UConn Huskies. Just kind of drive inside. Not giving up a ton of space in the interior. Sam Jarrett, though, going to pick up his first foul, and just the worst timing you can have. Kind of like we saw that absolutely bizarre Dayton decision. We get one of those here where they fouled accidentally and just a whole mess. Lane working with the ball, got a 6-point game here. Minute gone in the second half. Nice bounce pass inside. Final ticket to the Sweet 16 being punched right now. You can catch that Thursday, March something. March 25th at 2 p.m. March 26th, we'll be wrapping it up with the Elite Eight Final Four. Third place game and the championship matchup. We have some good teams still in. We have Syracuse still in. We have Alabama still in. We have North Carolina. That's a big team. People like North Carolina. We're just trying to punch one more ticket. That's a good bounce for Connecticut. Tennessee is still in. Tennessee, Texas Tech. Some good teams still fighting for the opportunity to be crowned March Mascot Madness champion, or Mascot Madness champion. This will be the 5th one. Louisville has 2, Duke has 1, Arizona State has 1. Alabama has a title game appearance in the first one. Ooh, got it to drop. Syracuse has a title appearance in the first September Mascot Madness. Just got it to drop. Nice play there. Oh my goodness. I was too busy talking about the bracket. They scored 4 points right there. Connecticut did on that one possession. Ohio State looked like they were going to be in control of this game. They have fouled way too many times. Brunson getting fouled. Connecticut's defense has picked up. Their offense has obviously picked up. They are on a run here. Big ol' run. 37-35. Ohio State can't get the ball to drop, so it'll just be 2 shots from the line. We'll see if Sam Jarrett comes out after picking up his second personal foul. Vung is still in. 37-36. Jarrett will still stay in. 7 minutes left here. It makes sense. I was curious if maybe they would sit him for a couple minutes and then McDaniel, nothing doing. Couldn't get the offensive rebound, trying to get like a weird putback animation, but it was not even close. Lot spinning around, absolutely obliterated. A lot of good defensive plays on the Connecticut side of things. Lane on the inside puts that up, and it is 39-36. I thought this game was going to be over. I thought it was done. But no. Patterson trying to tie it up. No such luck. Instead gives it a pretty easy fast break opportunity. Jarrett with the little assist there. Duncan dunking it. Inside to Robinson. Robinson throws it down. The back and forth game continues here. It was a blowout early. All of a sudden, it's a game. Nice block inside. Patterson to Robertson. Robertson back to Patterson. Patterson to Brunson. They have other players on the team that they can... There you go. Finally, someone without the final 3 letters of their name being Son. Jarrett. He got blocked. Surprisingly not a foul. All of a sudden, it's a 7-point lead for the UConn Huskies. What a turn of events. UConn's defense has played super well recently. Jarrett with a nice steal. That's why you leave him in instead of putting him on the bench. Lane to Jarrett. Jarrett finish it off. 9-point advantage for the UConn Huskies with under 5 minutes to go in the second half. Can Ohio State make a run? Robinson's going to try. That's going to help. 9 down to 6. Nice bounce pass out to McDaniel. Spin move inside. Jarrett for 3 off the right iron. No good. Robinson passes to Brunson. Excellent defensive stop here for the UConn Huskies. Not giving up a fast break opportunity. The ball is stripped and stolen. Pushed forward to Jarrett. Jarrett will hold on. Flip it over to McDaniel. We'll find Lane. Jarrett will fade to his left. I'll push the lead back up to 8. Patterson with a little mid-range shot that slices it down to 6. McDaniel kind of just walking around with the ball at this point. In that weird spot. (51-43). Not a good timing aspect for that to happen for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Not only do they lose an entire shot clock, 35 seconds, but it's pretty guaranteed that it's a make. Firing it over to Brunson. Brunson kicks back to Patterson. Patterson trying to figure out what to do here. Oh, got blocked a lot. Off the iron, no good. 8-point game with 2:34 remaining. Big momentum swing. Kind of an unbelievable situation here. Ohio State was in control. And with 2:30 remaining in the second half, they find themselves down by 8 points. I don't even really know what happened. That's the bounce Ohio State needs. They got to get into this lead, and they have to get into it quickly. Well, Connecticut's just done such a good job at blocking any sort of progress that Ohio State's making. Stealing the ball like that. Ohio State's been trying to funnel into the paint, and they just keep getting blocked. They can't do a whole lot positive on the defensive end of things. Defensive, whatever. There's a 3, no good. Now they're going to start probably jacking up a bunch of 3s, and that's just kind of... Out of bounds. Ohio State ball. Ohio State's getting a couple opportunities here and there from UConn with some bad turnovers. But just too little too late. They just ran out of momentum. And I am flabbergasted with what is going on here. Start to see some fouls here. Fortunately for Ohio State, probably won't have to foul very many times before they put them on the line, considering that they can't stop fouling anymore. That's 5. They'll try to get themselves back into this game, but it's not going to happen. Some damage being done here towards the end of March Mascot Madness, part number 6. Wow. Off the iron, no good. So a 9-point game. That's a swish. 6-point game. Ohio State needs help. Not totally done yet. Brunson picking up his second personal. First one is made though. Only shooting 50% is Lane from the free throw line. 100% that time. See the timeout here. Weirdly enough, I put my drink on the floor. Usually I just put my water down, not my soda. Well, that is going to do it for the Ohio State Buckeyes. 56-46. We got 30 seconds left. Wow. Wow. UConn's up. 56-48. Still down 7. Way too many. Looks like Ohio State will throw in the towel here under 20 seconds to go. Ohio State was dominating this game, and all of a sudden, UConn kind of came out of nowhere to take it. Connecticut and North Carolina doing absolute damage to brackets in this tournament. 56-49, 7-point victory. And what looked like it was going to be a pretty comfortable Ohio State win. Connecticut. Wow. Connecticut moves on and they punch the 16th and final ticket to the Sweet 16. We have some good ones. We have Alabama in. We have Syracuse in the tournament still. They play back-to-back on Thursday. Now let's see, which is the best looking matchup here in the Sweet 16. Obviously it's the Elephant. I don't know who am I kidding? It's the Elephant. They are playing Georgia Tech. That'll be game number 4. And a lot of damage done to the brackets here. We have a couple of we have 2 champions still in. And it might just kind of come down to whoever's champion goes the furthest. Could determine. We'll get that caught up here in just a second. But just a little tease for what's coming up as part of the Sweet 16. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets are going to face the Alabama Crimson Tide. So there you go. And then you have the Georgia Bulldogs taking on the Syracuse Orange. So they're among other matchups as well. Let's get you caught up on the brackets. Still in first place, Matt's predictions, but took a hefty beating today because of the loss of Georgetown. However, Kansas is still in. It's a guessing game, also with 27. Still working with Utah State and Florida. Florida still in? Yes. Yeah. Utah State and Florida still working with those teams. My brother Fart King in third with 26. Working with Syracuse as their champion pick, and that is it because of Ohio State's loss today. Go Cougs in fourth with 23, but doesn't have much of a score potential. All four of their teams, of their final four teams, are all out. Beebs picks right behind with 22. Has a score potential of 98 because of Alabama and Syracuse. Alabama is a champion. Syracuse is a Final Four pick. So that's good news for them. And then in last place, scoring a grand total of 4 points in the entire second round, is me. And I am riding on pretty much the sole hope of Alabama. But I don't think I can win because Beebs picks also picked Alabama to win, and they have Syracuse. So maybe if Syracuse loses, I might be able to pick up some ground. But I still have points behind them, and however far Alabama goes helps both of us. But there you go. That's what you're working with. Matt's bracket looked really good, and then just took a tumble today because of Georgetown getting absolutely obliterated. And that's kind of what happens in the second round. We will see you Thursday or Saturday, depending on how you're watching this, for round number 3, aka the Sweet 16. That'll be all in one video. A beautiful 8 games that will set up the final video of the Elite 8 Final Four, third place game, and the championship game. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you like this kind of content, scroll on down, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. People have been subscribing like crazy. It's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it so very much. I keep an eye on that stuff, and it feels good. It seems like people are enjoying the content. That makes me feel good. So there you go. If you want more of this, click around. There's a ton more March and September Mascot content. There's hundreds of games available. You can check out some of the best ofs if you want. You can check out previous tournaments as well. We will see you in the next one. If you want to watch the Madness live, Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, that is March 25th, I will be doing the entire bracket, or the entire round of the Sweet 16. So head on over there if you want to catch it live. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We will see you in the Sweet 16.